Hey, what's going on, everybody? Gabriel Carbo at NPC The Game, back at it again. Today's episode is cooked. 4 reasons why you lower your standards for love. Give and take. Strive to be yourself. What's going on, Wheels? How's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, pretty solid stream you had earlier. Good to see you back, bro. I was thinking my grandma when you were talking about all those medical supplies you had. That everyone thinks they know what's best for you, even the so-called experts. Yet they don't know what's going on. Yeah, we had a shelf like that, a closet with all that stuff. People trying stuff that didn't work. What's going on, Shadow Buddha in the building? Donations are welcome. Shout out to Shadow Buddha. Shout out to Shadow Buddha. Here's film with Shadow Buddha. Way back. And that's when I met Shadow Buddha right there. Yeah, it was something like that, right? 5 reasons. I'm gonna give you 5 reasons, not 4, of why you lower your standards for love. Yeah, and that's not just romantic. That could be a platonic friendship, love too, and whatnot. As we say, whatnot. How's everybody doing in the building? Having a good Friday night, Saturday night. What's really going on? Oh, give me permission for that. What's up, Gas? Good to see you, Callie, in the building. Yeah, let's play all that shit today. 'Cause we got it all today.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. We mean that lovely. That's how guys talk to each other sometimes. It's like, you son of a bitch. Oh, you don't even have that resource anymore? God damn. All right, we'll do it this way now. We really cooked today. You see it. You see it. Cooking like Ian can't cook. Links in the chat. All the legends in the chat. All the legends in the chat. All the legends in the chat. What's going on? You're a legend and you don't even know it. Some of y'all know. I know I'm a legend. I know. Okay, so I know that lowering your standards for love often happens when our minds begin to value potential over reality. And it's something that I've seen throughout the years play out. Right? Potential. That's like a lot under those earth signs do that shit a lot. They look at the material rewards and they'll stay with someone for years. Those Capricorns, energy people, Tauruses, they're just hanging around, even if nothing's really happening. Almost becoming like a codependent relationship because they see the potential that's there. Yeah. If my mic's ever fucked up, doesn't sound like this, let me know, okay? In the chat. Shout out to the legends in the chat for sure. The legends of the fall. Cooking grits here today, right? Yeah. Cooking grits. Yeah, so like the brain, it's usually overvalues like potential. I'll say unrealized potential. Right? That's just what if? We're playing that what if game. Okay? What if? Sometimes that what if will get you where you need to go, but many a times it's getting in the way. It's taking up space for yourself, but processing brain power that could be used for yourself or someone else that's actually going to contribute and be about what they say, not just talking the talk. All right. Let me see what's up. Where's my pig? When pigs fly, that's when they're going to do good. That's my new backdrop. When pigs fly, that's when some of y'all are gonna finally reach your potential. Yeah, it won't be that cute either. Yeah. So, dopamine is our motivation, right? That neurotransmitter. And it definitely gets released when we anticipate the potential of a reward we're going to receive, right? Like if you're almost at home and that show you've been waiting for that's going to come on, even before it starts, your brain starts flooding getting flooded with dopamine. Because the human motivation is really sensitive to adaptation, and when the dopamine's release, we start this. I call it the imagine trap. Like you start imagining the idea of something or someone that could generate more excitement for you, more rewards than they're actually doing. So you don't want to get caught up in that type of imagine trap, little B and friends. It's good to use your imagination, right, to set your goals up and whatnot, and feel it or whatnot. But when you're overvaluing unrealized potential, it's going to get you in trouble. If a partner like occasionally lives up to the potential, it does create a powerful like looping effect, and this is why like we get into these loops of inconsistency that makes the relationship harder and harder to leave, because you're waiting for the next big payoff. You're waiting for that potential and whatnot. Listen, let me like give you an example. I said this clip right of Paul on Slave and Jack Telcott talking about how I'm a delusional person. They said Paul said Gabriel's a delusional person, right? Because I call people legends. I'm delusional. And it's funny that they said that. And just looking at the optics of those two on the screen, when I've seen in almost 2 years them doing the same thing of like sucking each other off, and then and not even like in a way of genuine, like it doesn't come off as genuine respect. It's more like, I'll give you a place where you can do your LARP and you listen to me, right? And it's a loop that they're in. And I've been on that loop too, on that stupid panel right there. And it's funny how, we'll let you say it, how I'm the delusional one. Listen to how like Paul says, I'm the delusional one, for giving people like trying to see the best in them, I guess, or whatnot. And maybe even doing a little bit of this of unrealized potential. But all I'm doing is calling someone a legend, putting out some positivity. And this guy has the vitriol, the way he says my name. Gabriel calls people legends. And then Jack Telcott's like, I know. And Jack Telcott's probably one of the most delusional people here with his ending wars when he can't even end the war in his panel or even get his family together. You know? So I think that's quite telling of this loop of inconsistency. Check this out.
Jack, I think this is part of the problem of the modern day world is, like you said before, we've lowered our standards so much so that now folks like Vibe like to say things like Duck is a genius. Right? Like they just like Gabriel likes to say we have legends in chat and all of this stuff. Know. There's a fine line between being polite and ethical versus being delusional.
I know.
And in denial, right? It's like, you know, we wouldn't even be here.
Love it. I love the two things, like calling me delusional. I'm choosing that in particular. Like, call me delusional, whatever. You mean you're talking shit about me and you're not around. It's not provoked, right? And then calling me delusional for something, being positive. It was an attempt at being positive, right? No, not an attempt being positive, right? By calling people, hey, you're a legend, you're cool, right? You're doing stuff, right? That's benefiting you and others. And then Jack, I know when he's one of the most delusional people here, and I've been nice by like saying, you say you're gonna end wars, and like I don't say, I'm like, yeah, if you want to do it, good, right? I'm not saying don't go do that or whatnot, but to call me like co-signing and calling, basically saying I'm delusional, when in fact your whole fucking existence here online is on some stupid delusional. I'm gonna talk to Trump. Trump don't give a fuck about you. Nobody, barely. I'll just keep it at this, bro. Like, you're a crazy person, bro. You're literally crazy. Right? I mean, it's not your own words when you give out your narrative, when you share your narrative. Both motherfuckers can't even get their families straight, yet they want to help other people. I mean, not even the family, but Paul. Good Lord, look how he looks, bro. Like Grimace. Got no line to talk, bro. Delusional, huh? Yeah. There ain't no bit, no I'm bit. That's like some pussy shit, like, because you don't stand on what you said. So you gotta like, I'm just doing a little act or whatnot, man. Yeah, these guys are they're good for each other though. They're good for each other. You know? Yeah. So back to the lecture at hand. That payoff that the relationship loop happens when when you're waiting for that payoff, because but every now and then you'll have a good experience with somebody, you'll have a good interaction with them, even though they've been like talking shit, not doing what they said in their own life, let alone helping you out, but like doing what they said they're going to do. So you're like, okay, that's probably why I don't want to really hang around them. But you get sucked back in if you're weak and don't have discipline. When they're with that potential in your mind, like, oh man, they have potential, even though they're not doing what they said they were going to do. And you're waiting for the next payoff, so you stay in this loop, right? And and people have said on this broadcast or whatnot, and then listening to theirs about how their childhood trauma, that's what they call it. Oh, I call it the imprints, right? Will turn inconsistency into love. It's like your attachment style that's formed in childhood will dictate how we kind of like interpret a partner's behavior as adults. And I think people use those traumas to mask the fact that if they just suck it up and make a conscious decision and use discipline to change those things they don't like, they can do it. But that takes actually action. A lot of people don't do that, so they'll rely on their trauma. I was raised this way and this and that. When in fact, a lot of people haven't even really been put to the test. There's way greater people that had a lot more put on their plate and trauma growing up that and they've pushed through it, and they realize their potential and they're working on their making their potential actually successes in life, becoming real legends, right? Yeah, just thinking about this whole how we let people into those of us who love, like the more I interact with people, the more I do kind of have love for, with this earth and the humans in it, and sentient beings in it, animals and the plants and whatnot. The more I see, the more I want to paint, as you could say. You understand their narratives. But with that said, being overly fixated with certain individuals that don't even love themselves or love others for that matter can really get you locked into that loop, right? Where you're doing the same thing and not producing any results. People like like Neurojack, as Neurojack and myself, like we're busy people. Shadow Blue is busy people, and even if we wanted to, probably more, which would be detrimental. Probably, we don't even have time to like project our shit on other people because we're trying to navigate what we have on our plate. Right? What's going on there, Jack? How's it going, man?
Yeah, I would love to be projecting my shit on other people. Like you said, I just don't have time. I just don't have the
You don't have
time.
time, yeah. Yeah,
I wish I did.
we could do that. Yeah, we can see some legends on TikTok in practice. I'm looking forward to that right there. That's gonna be fun. But
It's just a different experience. I mean, it's kind of like, but it's really what you're talking about. It's like these people, they have this like fake struggle, and they're defined by like their victimhood, and like I understand it. Like I can honestly empathize with it. But it's
mhm,
like when you can't have a real conversation about what's really going on openly and honestly.
right. Hello. Uh,
Can you hear me?
hello. Yeah. I was putting up your mic settings louder, and then I get fucked with it. My
Oh,
bad. Go.
yeah.
So you said yeah.
Yeah. I switched my audio, so hopefully let me know if it goes bad. I'll make
No,
sure
you're
it goes.
good. You're good. But you're saying
Yeah.
these people, yeah. As I
Well,
projected them
I
as
think
a
a
way to
lot of people are.
learn.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are defensive too because like it becomes easy to scapegoat certain people, and so people just go with the flow. But then, like, if they had to
Yeah.
be honest, like it would actually like it would leave people without a tribe. And so I think a lot of this is like fake tribalism where they're like, oh, I'm like you and I have a different experience, but like, like if you had to say like, oh, I'm a black man
Mhm.
or I'm a Mexican or I'm a Mexican American or I'm a white guy, you know what I mean? Like you can always pick a team, and it's just a basic level.
Yeah.
Then there's like I'm a San Franciscan, I'm a Bay Area person, I'm a
Yeah.
American, there's always different flavors. But my point is that people pick and choose based on like convenience a lot of the time. I don't necessarily think it's always out of like uh it's kind of like loneliness, right? Like I'm a very lonely person because like I don't really have a tribe, but so I
Uh-huh.
can understand and kind of envy those people that they pick a tribe and they're like, oh, I got to stick with my own because whatever. But it comes at a cost. Like if I say that I'm a right wing conservative, right, and I go in those and I just completely disagree with everybody's position, which happens to me all the time, then they're gonna say, well, even if you're a right wing conservative, we don't fucking like you, so get the fuck out, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? That's just
Yeah, it's the
gonna
fourth
happen.
segment of the show about well, we'll do it now. Strive to be yourself. Like you want to strive to be yourself and be, even though I do think that there's a lot more things that we have in commonalities as humans in general that make us different, right? And with that said, though, we want to be in that group. We want to be a commune with people. However, we still want to hold on to some of our identity, or our individuality that makes us special, right? Yeah. And you like you said, when you fully commit to some of these groups, especially when they have weird characteristics, that we might line up with some of them, most of them, but like there's like 10% that are super fucked up and weird. That's like I end up joining a group only to find fault in it. That I feel like disgusted being in it after a while. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had that experience too, where you reflect on it, you're like, what was I thinking? Because you kind of tie yourself to it in a lot of ways, even if you don't want to.
Yeah.
And then and you kind of culpable in a way, if that makes any sense. And well, I'll give you an example. Like okay, I'm seeing this like big scapegoating of China right now. Like
Hmm.
there's people from like England and America, and they're like saying like everything's China's fault. China funded all this like LGBTQ and you know people becoming transgender or whatever. I don't know all the little details, but stuff like that. And personally, like I find that very hard to believe that like China's like this mastermind that's like spend all this money that we gave them as like a way to undercut us. Now, I'm not saying that they're above it. I just don't think that like I would give them that much credit, if that makes any sense, right? Like,
Yeah, they can't execute it. They can't execute it. Maybe they have plans to do all this stuff, whatever, but obviously they can't execute it.
I'm not saying they wouldn't do it. I'm just saying, like, I don't think they have the ability to execute it that well alone, right? Like, point in saying that, like, that doesn't mean at the same time that, like, I don't have my criticism of China. Like I'll give you an example. I know this guy who lives in Thailand, and he went to Laos, right? And so China built this and I'm sure you've had to experience this too. So, and I don't want to talk shit about Chinese people for another reason. I don't want them to come and like kill me, but but
I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, but the point, and I'll be really brief, but I know I'm being.
I'll take your time, right?
Really, but this because it's a kind of a weird thought, right? I'm just trying to give like a weird juxtaposition about it. So he went to Laos, right? And then like when you go to Laos, there's all these people coming off this train, China, Laos, and it's all these like annoying, loud, rude, spitting everywhere, gross Chinese people that are like doing like really nasty shit, and so at the same time that I can defend China, in one sense, at the same time that doesn't mean that like I give every Chinese person a pass because they're Chinese. See what I'm saying? Like I can make the differentiation of like, look, good things about their culture and there's bad things about their culture.
Of course,
like,
yeah.
Like if you have a bunch of people coming from China to Taiwan, they surely don't respect the way that people in Taiwan do shit. I can guarantee you that. Like
I saw that when I first moved here.
Yeah,
they don't come over as much as they used to on travel places. Like we would see them during at tourist spots. And they would come on. You can kind of see them, and I'm generalizing. Some of them would be really gaudy dressing with big labels with the Polo and Gucci, and just and it's kind of pushy too. Yeah, and I'm not saying all of them are, but I did see a few, and but that's not all of them, but enough for me to recognize it though. There's something to be said about that, huh? Like,
America. I think this is why we have a lot in common with China. Where
what's up, HP?
Americans have been isolated for so long. Like we have our own culture, and we don't really think much about what's going on in the world. And I think China's the same way. Like most Chinese people, they just kind of like love their own culture and their own situation. They don't really, care much about what other people think or what they, you know what I mean? Like they're like, I'm bringing my culture with me wherever I go. I don't care what you want to do or whatever.
Well, yeah. Well, I think one commonality of you and I is like, we like the things that make us special. Like, maybe some of our like ethnicity, like, like I remember you mentioned like you have some European lineage that you're aware of. Like I have some, European, African, a couple other things too, and that's cool. But we don't let it. I know I don't let it like box me in so much. It's like a good icebreaker, if anything. But other than that, like to dwell on it is when you lose out. And I think you and I have been able to have a pretty good friendship, is because like we keep it moving. We don't focus. We don't get stagnated by focusing on the obvious type shit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, like, look, I mean, I'm sure my ancestors were some hopping in, like, Scotland or Ireland or something like that a long time ago, but, like, frankly, like, I don't want to go live in, like, some, like, hobbit hole next week anytime soon, you know what I mean? So, it's like one of those things, like, I can glorify it all day long, but really, what does it mean to me? It's like, I mean, the closest I get to that stuff is, like, I listen to Led Zeppelin, and I'm like, oh, it's sounds really like epic to like be fighting on some battlefield far away, but at the same time, like I'd probably twist my ankle and like get speared really quickly. So I don't want to glorify it too much.
You mean you get smoked in the Battle of Evermore?
Exactly.
That what
You
you're
got
saying?
it. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I feel those songs though because that's my Northern England ancestry. I feel that I love that song. With the Lord of the Rings imagery and the mandolin Jimmy Page is playing, like that song is great. Robert Plant screeching and howling like a banshee, very epic. Like it almost it hits our
Exactly.
genes, right? Like it's like unlocks stuff
Exactly.
in us. I feel the same way about even though I don't really know what they're talking about, when I listen to that narco music, those Mexican like Chelino Sanchez and stuff like that, and hearing
Oh,
like the Mexican,
I
yeah,
love that guy. That's one of the only Hispanic music like I do listen to, honestly. Like
hmm
unironically, I do listen to Chelino because I think it's like you can definitely feel like this is like a dude who really is writing about, even if he didn't personally do all the things he's singing
but
about, like you can tell like there's something going on, like
he was in the culture. Yeah, he was definitely in the culture. Yeah, yeah, and I like it too because
and he died for it, and he died for that gold.
yeah,
So.
that famous scene where he gets the note saying like, "You keep performing, we're gonna delete you." And he just reads the paper and then sings the next verse like it's like it's nothing. Takes a big gulp and sings. Yeah, he's a G. And I like that what you're saying, like in terms of because that's the culture around you. You've mentioned numerous times, and even though you may not be Hispanic, uh, it's cool. I do the similar thing with Taiwan. Like I'm not from here, but I realize the power of where I'm at, and I want to kind of see what the vibe is, and I'll engage in the media and the entertainment sometimes, and I feel it. And there's something to be said when you're in the mix of other people too. That's a good power of a group. You can kind of like tap into. I think, you know. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there's this kind of thing that's going on in Thailand. Like, okay, I'll use Thailand as an example because I know about it, right? And it's just kind of weird. Like, I look at it like I don't know what it is about us. I think we just have a curiosity, but like, okay, you go to their countryside, they have like their own like kind of country music. It's one version is called like Morlam or something like that. And if you listen to it, it's like this ding 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 ding. It's like really like weird. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to describe. You got to listen to it, but it's Morlam. But if you ever get a chance to look it up, it's really weird music. But they have like their own version. That's more of like loud music, but they have their own version of it. And yeah, so long story short, it's kind of like it's so. But then if you go to Bangkok, like Bangkok is like Chinese Thai, right? And Chinese Thai is
Right.
not Thai, okay? Like they're very clearly like not Thai, right? But they still like kind of like say, oh, we're Thai people, but they're Chinese Thai, right?
Right, right. It's like I've been to the Chinatown in Bangkok before. Yeah.
Yeah,
China's like that
so
everywhere.
they're very distinct. Yeah, they're very distinct though. Like, but still, like if China invaded tomorrow, they probably wouldn't be very happy because they also don't want to be ruled by China. So it's kind of like weird. Like, so, but I say that to say this: like, there's this big movement of like democracy going on. It's all over Asia. I'm sure you see it and so it's like this kind of like I would say it's woke, but it's not as woke as like America. But it's like, we want transgenders to have rights, and we love Black Lives Matter, and like they're kind of, it's kind of like that. And it honestly bothered me because I was like, oh, this is like cultural revolution and stuff. But I've actually talked to some of those people, and most of the way I would say that they're like their version of progressivism is like very mild. Like they're like basically like because and they also have like legitimate gripes. Like I'll put it this way, like feminism in Asia makes way more sense than feminism in America and the West. I feel like feminism in the West is kind of like so overplayed, where it's like everything's like women say that they're a victim of something when they're totally not. But over in Asia, like they don't even call out how bad it really is to be a woman in Asia, right? Like from my perspective, as a outsider looking in, like women get treated pretty bad in Asia in general, right? It's like in my opinion, right? So it is kind of like the thing where like there are legitimate things that need to be done, right? So
Well, that's why feminism is good then, because used like that is it kind of gets you back to the 0 point. But then, like you mentioned, America, it got to the 0 point and went beyond, bubbling over into where it shouldn't be, so much so that it made it another imbalance, right? And maybe, like you're saying, like the feminism, for example, in Asia, it could help some of these situations to give women a little bit more autonomy, but don't make the mistake of America, like in going over the top with it.
right.
Yeah, because
and,
we have those problems.
and that's one of the things is like one of the things I like about Asia is that like you can actually critique ideas and people won't like it, but they'll still like accept you, right? Versus in
Yeah,
America, it's like in America, like if you disagree or critique somebody's position, they're like, "Well, you hate everything about me, so I don't want to talk to you anymore." Like,
yeah,
like
yeah, exactly. Or if you bring up a position that you don't necessarily are behind, but you want to talk about it. You want to talk about like what is it? How is it made? Kind of deconstruct it. Like people think that that's your position. They get all like scared and they closed off and they don't even want to talk about whatever you're trying to talk about. Yeah, it goes to this. Shadow Buddha has a comment. He says people in the panelverse think kindness is fake. They just show they are miserable. This shows they are miserable and paranoid because people who don't experience kindness from others. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're that's why I like you, because you're kind. And a lot of the legends in the chat are kind too, you know, and like I've heard this people say that too, like about me, like they're like, oh, he's fake. He's a fake nice guy or whatever like that. Well, I think that if you want to go there, I think everyone could be a fake nice guy, because in this society we live in, we put a somewhat of a persona out when we're meeting people, even if we don't know them or might even be kind of scared of them, just so you can break the ice, right? But I'll tell you this: you spend enough time with me, which you have and other people have around here. You see that I mean well. I don't see myself as being like fake.
Yeah,
like
honestly, like I'll be honest, like I went through a period where I did think you were kind of a little bit fake about it, and look,
Mhm.
we all have to be polite in certain situations,
Yeah.
but like the more I've listened to you, it's like I think generally you're just trying to give people the benefit of the doubt so you can figure them. I mean, it takes time
Yeah, give
to
them some
really
space.
know like pattern of behavior, yeah, exactly. And
Right,
I
I'm
think
trying to
it's
give them
something hard.
space.
It's something I struggle with. I struggle with it a lot. Like it's something that I really like. I struggle to give people space because like I don't want to say I'm like a total like negative person, but like I generally I generally err on the side of like dishonesty just because I've just dealt with like and it's kind of what you started off when I jumped on is like people kind of assume the worst
Mhm.
so often, and and I think it can kind of go to the point where like people get to the point they can't really see anything good in someone or some situation.
Well, I think this is
Whatever.
it. Like, when it goes in this whole like, concept of like, these why we lower our standards for love, friends, and romantic relationships. I think a lot of that is like you and I, Shadow Buddha, and other people here, TBT too, probably. We do a lot of the work, majority of the work in relationships, probably, like trying to solve problems, trying to figure things out, and also like be conscious of other people's emotions a little bit, and or trying to like I know I'm trying to like push the conversation or the relationship into growth. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to evolve, right? And I think oftentimes when I do this, one can feel a deep bond with the other people. But what actually is happening is I think especially with people who aren't reciprocating and holding their weight, I think what the deep bond I'm feeling with them is like my own effort, and I mistake it for like for them,
Yeah,
and
and I'm thinking about marriage mostly when you say that because
Yeah.
I've been in really long-term relationships before I ever got married, so definitely that's like there's always a power struggle within a relationship. Friendships, marriage, doesn't matter. Kid doesn't, like, there's always a struggle. And one of the hardest things that I've had to figure out is like when to let go and stop being the one being the driving force of every relationship, like you said. Like, and I
Yeah.
think that is something that people mistake your actual genuine care for like manipulation or genuinely trying to help people. And like that's one thing that I've really had a hard time with because a lot, like, one of the reasons I'm very much of a solitude type of person is not because I don't like other people at all. In fact, it's the opposite. I like people so much that I don't want to see them suffer. And sometimes, like, it's like I have my own problems. And when people criticize me, I really don't like it, but also, like, I do take it under consideration. But I've noticed that, like, when
Yeah.
I see other people that are like, let's say that they're smoking like a pack of cigarettes a day, right? For example, I'm
Yeah.
doing something like, something obvious, right? Like, and then I say, hey, you know what? Like, you should stop fucking smoking. Like, it's fucking you up.
Mhm.
It smells bad. It's making you sick. Maybe it's okay. Like, just try to get to like a few a day or something. And let's say that person just totally blows off everything that you said and just doesn't take it under consideration. Now, I take that very personal. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because it's like if you don't care about yourself, how can you really truly care about another person? And again, that isn't judging them as a bad person, but what it means is that I see like a lack of empathy with themselves, right? Does that make sense? And
Yes. Yeah.
and so then it's like it's a multi-layered thing where it's like, okay, this person doesn't empathize with themselves. Maybe they don't care about themselves very much, and so maybe they don't really care about me because they can't really like love themselves first, if that makes any sense, right? So it
That could be
doesn't
an
necessarily.
option for sure.
Yeah, and again, it maybe I'm wrong in my assumption, but I think it's also like it's kind of like what you're saying is like if I it's kind of like the other side of it is like I don't want to hurt myself putting all this investment about caring about somebody, and then I'm gonna have to sit there and watch them suffer in spite of what they're doing to themselves. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, something like that. So this is something that I
They're
struggle
not
with.
putting.
Maybe that's not what I'm talking about, but
No, it is. It's
I'm
not.
trying to
They're not putting it. They're not putting the effort. I look at it like that. They're not putting the effort into helping themselves. So they're like, it's kind of hard to invest in them because quid pro quo is a good thing. One hand washes the other. Yeah, we do. Like, even though I want to be virtuous and be like all like holier than thou sometimes when I say like, no, we do things because it's just the right thing to do. Yeah. However, in our conscious mind, sometimes you lie to yourself if you think you're not doing something nice just so someone will do something nice back, right? And that's a real thing. And if you're gonna do something nice, if the people can't even do something nice for themselves, take care of their basic needs, how the hell are they gonna, surprise you with something cool they can do with you? So it's like, nah,
Right.
I'm gonna move. You're gonna move on. I don't want to hold space for that. But that takes time
Well,
to realize you're like that. Because
yeah,
some
and,
people
and I
just
think
keep
another
on.
part of it, and I think another part of it is like you're saying, like we try to jump in a relationship and like really fix it and do everything,
Hmm.
and sometimes the person just doesn't like process that well, right? And so then you say, it's like I'm sure you've had this, and I'm not going to say this about your wife or anything, but I'm saying a lot. I'm sure every guy has been in this situation where you really really like this girl, you really put in all this effort, and she just doesn't
Hmm.
care. You're like, okay, well, she doesn't care. I don't give a fuck. And then she calls
Right.
you and she's like, well, I want to go out. And I'm like, no, I don't fucking want to go out. And they're like, why? And I'm like, I just don't care. And then all of a sudden, this person's whole attitude changes because they're chasing you, right? And you're like, okay, like now that I don't care, you all of a sudden want to hang out with me. It's like, you know what I mean? So I think
Yeah.
that's a real phenomenon that happens, and I think that happens in every relationship, not only romantic. I think it's a real thing that happens though.
The give and take being played out. Exhale, inhale. Yeah. Yeah. It's nice when you get acknowledged like that.
Good job, Gabriel.
Yeah, it's nice when when your wife says stuff like that. But sometimes the relationship goes through cycles where you're the one that's pushing it in a sense, with seemingly being more thoughtful than the other times she is and whatnot. Like my wife has been doing a lot in my mind the last year in particularly. I've noticed that she's been a lot more even more thoughtful than usual, it seemed like, right? And like doing things for me and like like rubbing my feet or just getting me like a little surprise or something like that, right? And I noticed that, and it got me to thinking recently the other day, like, okay, she's been doing this stuff. What am I going to do for her now? Even though I do stuff for her, like, I'm the breadwinner and all that stuff. But with that said, it's like I can still do more, do better things, show up
Right.
more,
And
and
also,
I'm trying to make more of a commitment to do stuff like that now for her.
yeah, and also throw curveballs. Like it's also like I'm really bad at that. Like where like I can throw a lot of curveballs at people, but then sometimes like I just don't want to. It's like I don't want to go out of my way and do shit weird and different and like support people
Yeah.
and stuff. It's like, so like and
Well, maybe
that's kind of a thing that I struggle with for real.
Well, maybe now look at it as we don't have to look at it as a curveball. Just it can be something as simple as instead of like being on our phone when the kid's asleep, the child's asleep, we can like actually talk to each other, or not. You don't have to be anything weird like staring in each other's eyes and just talk. No, you can literally just like casually we'll have something on the TV or something while you talk, and
Hey,
you
baby,
can still have a
put that phone
conversation.
down. I need to stare in your eyes all night tonight. No?
Yeah. No, there's some weird people like that, like new age people who have been in groups where they're like, and it was even dudes in the group. They're like, I need you to let's do it actually where we just stare at each other for 3 minutes straight.
Hey, bro, I need you to come over here and sit down. Like, what's up? I need you to stare in my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. We did that in my college did that before. On university, they did it. I'll do that, but I'm not trying to do the damn but staring at some dude's eyes that's weird. But no homo and all that shit. Even doing that, like that is a powerful experience though. That's why I don't want to do it, because when you just look in someone's eyes, it's crazy, bro. Like if you just because it's uncomfortable. That's why people don't do it, because it is so powerful.
Well, no, I agree, and that's one of the reasons that's another side of it is like I really do believe in the spiritual stuff a lot, but that's why I'm very, very like particular about it, because like a lot of that stuff people think it's like, oh, it's just like woo woo stuff. Like no, actually, like I can tell you this: if you go to retreat and you're around a bunch of these people and they're all like, again, no homo or anything, but like everybody's in great shape and they're eating like vegan and they're all like sweating and stuff, like. Like it's not weird that you're gonna have a bunch of orgies and stuff, because all these people, they get into this like spiritual thing. Like I've never done anything like that, like, but I can understand why it happens, right? Like I understand
for sure
how all that
Priya would talk about that.
Yeah,
not that she was involved in it, but she saw like her restaurant, those people, for example. You've heard her tell those stories before back in the day.
It seems like I've never been around, like in Northern California they have some of that, but it's almost like that's only the old people. Like there's not really those type of hippies around anymore, and it kind of is sad.
Oh, there it is.
Like,
I'll tell you that. At least when I was college, that college CIIS over there in Market, bro, it's admission intent. Like that was the mecca of that. There's a lot of, there was older people there too. That's why it's an interesting place. But there was a lot of young people that I was I used to engage with, and like sometimes they would invite me and my friend Jeff, who's more like us, even though he's spiritual, but he's still into like truther stuff and cool shit. We would go to certain like get-togethers and stuff, and I feel weird, bro. Like I totally get that feeling while you were saying like I was like kind of like a fly on the wall, like Alex Jones at Bohemian Grove. Like they literally would have a cuddle party, something called a cuddle party, where where they would all get together and they would like just lay on the couches and stuff and just hug each other, male and female.
Yeah, see,
Now,
like that'd be kind of weird.
now, when Jeff and I went to the party, it wasn't necessarily marketed as the cuddle party. It was like it's a get together, it's the end of the semester. But those people who do that shit that were in our cohort, they were there and they started to do that after a while. And I felt weird, bro. Like, I'm certainly not going to cuddle with no dude, but I remember sitting by a girl and I'm like, okay, how do I
with women, see, that's one
I was
of the
like,
things.
listen, I was like, how do I engage? How do I engage with this? Like, because if I'm going to put my arms around, I'm not going to be like a pervert or anything, but it's still like romantic. I'm not holding like my friend, even if she is a girl, This is weird. I didn't get it.
No, I'm the same way.
Left.
Like, no, I'm the same way. Like, that's one of the things. Like, I'm very particular about that. Like, let's just put it this way. Like, see, in my experience, it's weird because like people say like, oh, men will fuck anything. It's like not in my experience. Like, dude, like I'm not gonna just go put my arms around some woman I'm not seriously attracted to. Like, there's got to be a mutual attraction, 100%. Like, it's not gonna be going down unless there's something mutual going on for sure.
Right.
Like, I'm just, like it's like it's kind of it's just weird. Like, dude, like if even as an exercise, like it's kind of like. And again, this is one of those things. Like, that's why I don't really do the new age stuff and like yoga and stuff like that, because it's weird. Like, you'll start getting attraction in those classes and shit. Like you know what I mean. Like,
hey man,
you got to be careful with that shit.
Yeah, you gotta be careful because what happened was you'll meet her. I met my wife in yoga. That's how we met, and we had this baby.
Honestly,
this baby right here this baby's a yoga baby, basically a Bikram yoga baby.
No, it makes sense. It totally makes sense to me. I mean, if you're gonna fall in love with someone, I think one of the easiest ways you could do that is be like in a yoga situation or something for sure. Like,
because to me, bro, like yoga and even dancing the way we dance in the bay, freak dancing, like when people grind on each other. It's like similar to yoga. I think all those things are just simulation and practice for the ultimate coming together of the opposites.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, honestly, like if I were in good shape, I would still be doing dancing. I think dancing, and I think you said dancing and yoga. Like, I think those two things are like really important things that have gone away.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'll be honest, like I hate hip hop dancing. I think the hip hop dancing like 20, 30 years ago was good. The kind now, yeah. I don't really like that style now, but like I think that a lot of that stuff is pretty good. I think it is kind of even like a lot of people, they show those people, they always show the black people like out in the hood, like doing the freak dancing and stuff. Like, that doesn't even bother me, honestly. Like, that's kind of normal in my opinion. No, like, like they're grinding and doing all this stuff. Like, they're like, oh, look how degenerate. Like, I don't think it's
that's
that bad.
Yeah,
honestly. It's like
that's a time and place for that.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
like if you exactly, but like if you're like at the kids' party with the jump thing,
yeah, that's different.
That's
like if
kind
there's
of
a bunch
weird,
of kids and hanging out, that's different. But I'm saying like if
people use shit out of context, so they don't know the nuances and stuff.
But like I grew up, knowing people from Atlanta, and like like the Atlanta style of doing stuff was not that bad, honestly, or the Tennessee, and they had this kind of like weird culture about it. It's like. I don't know. I think people just take a lot of that stuff way too far out of context. Like.
You think we should do this shit more? Like this right here. This is what you're talking about.
Let me see.
Is that country music you're talking about? That Thai music?
I don't know about this. I don't know what this is. It looks kind of cool.
Okay, I was looking for the Thai music you're talking about. How you spell it?
Yeah, it's MOR.
MOR. Yeah.
Separate word. LAM.
LAM.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yep. There you go.
Okay. Let's see. Who we got? Let's do this motherfucker right here.
Yeah. This is
like this. That's cool. That sounds like Hindu music combined with Thai.
Yeah. This is it. Yep.
I like it.
Well, they do like trap versions now too. So they like mix like trap music with this, which I think is sick. Honestly, it's like they do like trap, Morlam or something. So it's pretty sick.
What's that?
Yeah, like that's kind of it. Yeah.
I think this one's gonna be like a trap style right here. Let's see.
Yeah, this might be it. Yeah, like this. Yep. Yep, this is it. Yep. Like, dude, if you go to these parties, I'm gonna give you guys a cheat code. If you guys want to go to a real freak party, go to one of these parties. These are the ones right here. Like, you want to see bumping and grinding? Like, these people really know how to bump and grind for real. Like, you see some crazy shit going on.
I like that. Yeah, I think you can tap into almost. That's good music. Thanks for sharing. I think I can tap into any music. I was telling Shadow Buddha I can probably type into any music and find some feeling. But it helps me. It's like now that's magic to me. Is what it's an example of it. It's like tapping in. If I know their story, their background, their narrative, if I know if I kind of know the type of people that listen to the music, and then listen to the music and try to get into the zone of like, who the music was for, I can really feel it. Almost any music, I think.
Well, the people that listen to this music, they're all like countryside farmer families. They're out there working all day, drinking beer, chewing on beetle nuts. Fucking like that's who's listening to that. It's pretty cool. Like honestly, you gotta. I highly recommend it, but it's not for everybody. Like you might get like chopped up and thrown in the trunk, but as long as you're cool, you'll be cool.
Can you imagine what the music these guys listen to in Malaysia? This is Malaysia, in the background.
That looks sick. I don't know. I want to go there. That's the kind of place I want to go. I want to go like where no one's really going to. Like Anthony Bourdain type of shit. So. Yeah.
Yep. I'm telling you, man. That's the real deal.
We should just do like a food and music show in Asia or something. That'd be sick.
Yeah,
I know a guy who used to do that kind of shit, so I might have to call him up and see. He's been in retirement raising his kid, but his kid's like 10 years old now, so maybe he's ready.
You ready? Yeah, we're ready. Like I'd definitely do that, man. And the good thing about Taiwan is in the middle. They call it the heart of Asia. It's in the middle of everything, so like it don't take no more than like 4. The farthest away you have to go on a plane is like 4 hours to get to anywhere.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's what that's kind of where I'm. Hopefully I'll be over there soon and like just could fly around and do shit over there. Like, it's kind of weird. America's so beautiful and stuff. I like America, but I just want to come here and visit. Like, come here, go to Yosemite. Come here, go to like Yellowstone, and then go back and chill.
But you know though, some of these vloggers are really good. Even the mainstream ones, quote unquote mainstream ones, when they just travel America and tell people stories and stuff. There's some cool little spots I've seen, like in like I didn't know about the Alabama like beachfront culture, like in Alabama, Florida border right there. Like,
yeah, I have a friend from over there. He hasn't told me about that. Maybe he's gatekeeping me.
I think he is, man. I have to send you some videos. There's some really cool, cozy spots that I like. They kind of remind me of like Capitola or something like that vibe. That type of stuff.
Well, that would explain. Yeah. My friend's from that area, and he's like a very he's Costa Rican, like 100% Costa Rican, and he's got this like very like surfer bro attitude and stuff. But yeah. I've been trying to get him come on panels, but he has never made it. But he I thought Orthodox guy sounded just like him, so that's why I thought Orthodox guy was like,
you thought it was him.
I thought it was I thought he was like Costa Rican or Puerto Rican or something because he sounds just like that guy.
Just like that guy, yeah,
like that kind of like chilled sounding voice, like kind of like, whoa, bro, like like something kind of like that. But I want to talk more, but I got to go do some cooking and stuff. But I'll be listening there. I think appreciate you for letting me on, man.
Absolutely, bro. Appreciate you, man. That's a great Neurojack legend. 4 reasons why you lower your standards for love. Give and take. Strive to survive. Yeah. Oh yeah, so back to the lecture at hand. Like when you do the majority of the work, for example, you do the school projects, right? and you have 4 people. A lot of times, one or 2 people. If you're lucky, 2 people, but one person does most of the work, right? That actually can be a weird thing where, of course, you want everyone to pitch in, but it doesn't happen. So the one person that's putting in most of the effort feels like even more enmeshed with that group relationship, right? So much so that when they get the good grade, even though they did a lot of the work, a lot of times they kind of put it back to the group, like, oh yeah, this is the group thing, right? It's like the effort paradox. The more work you do to hold things together, the more meaningful a relationship can feel to you. It's putting purpose over care, because you may replace the lack of actual care for your group mates or your partner, in this case your lover, with the sense of purpose that comes from trying to help them reach their potential. I probably had my ex was like this, and even my wife early on in our relationship, she probably saw a lot of potential, because I was struggling when I met her in a lot of ways, and she put in a lot of time and patience and effort to try to help me reach my potential, and I'm doing it, right? It's 13 years later, but it's still going, right? It's still going. So yeah, what do y'all think, man? Do you lower your standards for people you love? Do you lower your standards? Do you lower your standards for substances? Do you bring it back to the weed show we had the other day? Is that what's going on for some of y'all? I don't know, man. Yeah. Somebody was trying to get on my shit. What's up with this? What's up with Clav? He was crying, huh?
Basically, all these girls, these OnlyFans girls, just want to be around for, like, you know, my status, for my viewership, for my money, and they wouldn't want to hang out off camera or if I didn't have any of that.
That's true.
And, you know, I was getting pretty sad on camera. You know, I was crying a little bit about it.
You did this on camera?
Yeah.
Really?
What did you academics?
And the thing is, it's like I can show vulnerable moments because I was never supposed to be this, like, fucking, you know, alpha male, you know, military, Jocko Willing type of guy who's like, you know, let's push up testosterone, all this shit.
It's a normal guy showing vulnerability. Yeah, I get it, Clav. Shout out to Shadow Buddha and that. Donations are welcome. Support the channel with the Buy Me a Coffee. Yeah, please do that. We appreciate you. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. Yeah. This is don't go around begging for intimacy. It can ruin a man mentally.
Just to feel wanted, something wanted. Begging for intimacy destroys a man mentally, because the moment a husband has to plead, complain, or negotiate just to feel wanted, something inside him starts breaking. What should be natural desire becomes a transaction. What should feel mutual starts feeling forced, and that changes how he sees himself. He begins questioning his attractiveness, his worth, his place in the relationship. A man who repeatedly hears "not tonight" or feels constantly rejected doesn't just get frustrated. He becomes quieter. He stops flirting, stops initiating, stops risking that moment of embarrassment again.
Yeah, well,
not
maybe
because
it's a sign where he needs to, instead of flirting, work on himself, give his partner something to be excited about.
desire disappeared, but because self-respect starts protecting him. And when a man stops expressing desire toward his own wife, that's when the emotional distance really begins. Because intimacy isn't only about sex. It's reassurance. It's connection. It's the moment a man feels chosen again. A husband should never feel like he has to beg to be desired in his own marriage.
Right.
Couples who understand this protect their intimacy before resentment replaces connection. I break this
Before it becomes resentment. You don't want to be resented. That's a bad look.
Good job, Gabriel.
Yeah. Yo. What we got here? 10 reasons why you're not attractive. The thread. 1. You are boring. Is that the only one? There's other reasons. Did we got other reasons? I think that's the point. 10 reasons you're not attractive. You are boring. How to be more exciting. Jonah Buddha says, and that is how the red pill started 20 years ago. Due to dead bedrooms and marriages, it is, right? Men were boring their wives so much that they didn't want to. The wives felt contempt for their husbands' lack of performance and gesture maxing. So the guys had to get online and ruminate about it and try to strategize by sharing their stories and trading their narratives to see patterns that they could pick out, which would help them identify what's working for them and not working for them, and get rid of what's not working for them, yet keep what is working for them. And then after a while, they would have a whole list and database of things that don't work and things that do work for a long-term relationship. This is the gospel of the world. Praise be to God. A boring man. What does this guy say? Are we still sharing? A boring man is not necessarily a bad man, but it's not just what a woman wants. Boring means you're just not fun to be with. A guy who's not attractive, lively, interesting, and not adventurous. Adventurous, right? Gotta have your adventures, whether you've been with someone for years or not. Yeah. Also, women easily get attracted to men who have a high energy to meet up with their dramatic nature. Yes, yeah, you got to give them something that drama they have. You got to give some energy to it, or that's gonna envelop you. Envelop you. That's a new word. It's gonna envelop you with their drama, and you'll be in the tentacles of the drama. Right? The energy will break through it. They love men who can satisfy their thirst for the feminine frame. Men who can put them into their emotional roller coaster. I heard people talk about manufacturing drama with their wife, starting a fight, a little fight out of nowhere, just so they can get their wife can get their quota of drama in a controlled environment, and then move on and make up sex. This attitude irritates women because it makes them see men as their fellow woman. Oh boy, this is it. This is boring guys. Boring. This is from Mentor Masculus. Boring guys know nothing about this. They don't talk much. They lack knowledge of breaking a woman's ego. Yeah, break a woman's ego. Shout out to Myron Gaines. Are always serious about life. Are too compromising. Act too feminine, etc. Yes, that passive aggressive shit. I mean, not passive aggressive. Yeah, that sucks. But the self-deprecation. Buddha has teaches on this. Shout out to Buddha. For instance, the self-deprecation is an attempt at getting attention and but you never solved the problem. You're just making fun of yourself. The problem, right? You picked it out, but then you're making fun of it. And after a while, if she keeps hearing you talk shit about yourself, she's gonna be like, "Why am I around this guy?" and whatnot. What am I doing? She'll start questioning herself. Well, you should be questioning yourself. I'm trying to get better. This article just talks about the personality that comes after meeting the blue pill pillars. Yeah. The blue pillars. Stop giving your power away. Break free from the trap of begging for attention and validation with your self-deprecation. Become the man women chase, not the one they ignore. Grab that simp in you and detox. Right? Women hate black peel, yeah, for sure. black scales. Women hate men who are too desperate, needy, and clingy. Women dislike desperate guys so much that they can sense it from afar, and it becomes a turnoff. Women who love men who don't put them first, second, or third. Your attention is key. Learn to control it. Yeah. Women hate men who we'll say let me get back to this stuff right here. Oh, Tim, this is a reason why some of you guys aren't very attractive. Right? No games. Games mean understanding women's psychology, how women think, and their behavior patterns, and also knowing how to penetrate their frame through words and charisma, the Riz. It's all about the Riz, right, Ben? Yeah. We used to know a guy, Buddha and Shift tonight, who would, Mr. Scribe, he would hate when people bring up game. He said, game does not exist, right? But what game is in this case, is women's psychology. Psychology in general is all about decoding and strategizing the games people play constantly, how they think, and they're picking out their behavior patterns. The other, yeah. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, but yeah, I don't want to show the screen right now, actually. But if you want to see it, it's all good. Let me see. I'll show it. Is it dominating femininity through masculine and red pill? A man with the knowledge of this truth will always have more advantage in attracting women than a man without this knowledge. Yeah, I mean, it's better to know than not know, right? Yeah, better not to know. Just another skill set to have. You feel me? Another thing to add to your quiver. Women hate men with no charisma. Women love men with strong attitudes. When a man eludes attitudes that communicates power, he can influence people, not women. Okay? Attitude such as discipline, integrity, drama, strictness, reliability, commitment, good sense of humor, strong-headed, ambition, assertiveness, etc. These are all traits of charisma, Riz, right? Women find such men attractive. Ben, it's good that you stream. And in the future, you're probably going to be streaming more and whatnot. And because you can work on your communication skills, because poor communication skills are something that women hate. Women are easily attracted to men who are articulate, who can verbally express their thoughts, and who are creative with their words. Women are naturally drawn to intelligence, so once you can speak well, they naturally feel you're intelligent. Yeah. How you express yourself. Express yourself. Poor dress sense. Soft looks maxing. Poor sense of dress. How you dress has the power to win people's hearts towards or against you. Yeah, you can be a real turnoff if you're sloppy. Get it together. All right. Women are easily attracted to guys with good dress sense, wearing fitted clothes, a good wristwatch, nice shoes and sneakers, etc. Okay. Let's keep going. Some young men dress as if they are against the human race. They have very bad dressing sense, oversized clothes, and no swag at all. All right. Learn to smell well and wear good cologne. 7, women hate men who lack the gentleman attitude. Gentlemen are not simps. It's an emblem of being responsible. Be calm, caring, loving, have a heart, be considerate, be understanding to a certain extent, but at the same time, be dangerous. Yeah, be dangerous. In as much as you look harmless, still be dangerous, right? That's the balance. A man must find this balance and be able to express it based on situations. Women are attracted to men who are gentlemen. Women hate men who are not responsible. Stay focused and be purpose-driven. Women find it a joy to see men chase their goals instead of them. I repeat, women find it a joy to see men chase their goals instead of them. Benjamin, Buddha, listen to this. Women find it a joy to see men chase their goals instead of them. Mind you, achieving them as well. Love is sweet when the man chases his goals while the woman chases him. You don't take your life seriously and don't hold yourself accountable. Women hate men who have no leadership qualities. Women are attracted to men who elude leadership qualities like confidence, bravery, vision, and commitment. 10, women hate men that lack manpower, frame, or money. Women love men with resources. They're easily drawn to men who have attained a status with their features. Get it. Finally, if you want women to be all over you, fix these things in your life and watch yourself become a god to women. Hey. Not bad, not bad. I'll fuck with that. Yeah. Not bad. Where we at now?
Get all down. Tomorrow's news today. And there's a really good chance that people listen, and they are not just the general public, but patriots in corporations, in government, in the intelligence agencies. We can save this country. Now, General Flynn's joining me tomorrow from the InfoWars studios, 4 p.m. Central, Texas time. And he is taking the gloves off. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Now,
You're cooked.
I tend to lay out all the facts first and then give you the summation. Let me give you a summation and lay out all the facts. 29 days ago, sitting in this chair in these studios on that Saturday when the war started at 2 a.m. Central Time on the 1st of March, we're now 29 days later, I came in here with a morning emergency broadcast. I did 3 hours.
What do you say?
I'm tempted just to re-air that today.
It's the gravelly. He's been chugging the integrity of the gravel in the form of integrity. So that's why his voice seems a bit raspy and marble infused.
Because word for word, it all came true. Now, how do I do that? You can do that too. The Pentagon actually gave Trump a real assessment, and they were so worried about it, they leaked it 5 days before the war. And Trump listened and had decided to back off, but Israel hit. The U.S. was planning to go on Saturday. I had the intel, told you that. A week before, Trump had since talked into him by a consortium of the 17 intelligence agencies giving him a review. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs said, we'll follow your orders, but
What are we talking about?
you can do whatever you want. You don't have to be related to Muhammad. But the point is that
Point,
that's what
Alex.
the CIA and Defense Department assessment was to Trump. That this is not going to work. They're not going to fall. It's going to make them more radical. They'll dig in. They'll block the Strait of Hormuz. They'll have to send in hundreds of thousands of ground troops just to control the Strait of Hormuz. They have multi-million person army. They're prepared for war at the Strait of Hormuz. They're dug in everywhere. And all these high-tech weapons don't matter once you get down on the ground. Look at Israel. Multiple years. Thousands and thousands of dead soldiers. Carpet bombing just to get Gaza. Iran is like 100 Gazas. Okay? So
It was a mistake.
there'll be workarounds to the Strait of Hormuz, but that'll take years. We don't have months. And so you look at the logic of this. It's why Eric Prince, a big hawk, a big anti-Islamicist, came out before and said, don't go in, don't do it. He couldn't believe they did it. Then he said, next will be ground troops 27 days ago. One day after this started. The Sunday after it started. The day after I went on there and broke this all down. He came out and said, next is ground troops. That's the only move. They're going to block the strait. People said, oh, you're crazy. It's insane. You know, what does Eric Prince know? Total global strategist, you name it, all over the planet. Just Navy SEAL, street smarts. He got called traitor. Yeah, the chairman of Joint Chiefs in a report saying don't do it to Trump. They haven't had the nerve to attack him.
Yeah. Don't do the boots on the
That's
ground.
So when I said all of that, it wasn't because I love the mullahs. It was because we knew the probability that this was a major roll of the dice. I used the analogy yesterday on my Friday InfoWars show that you can get a 10-cylinder revolver. In fact, I have a 22 one and I have a 357 10-cylinder revolver. It's cool. Well, with Russian roulette, usually you have 6 cylinders. You put one bullet in, you spin it,
Yep.
and you pull the trigger. People actually do that. They're crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy. Y'all
Would
did
you
that
do
with
that?
your
I would do that.
consciousness.
Unless it was like to save my kids or something. If the Pentagon says there's a 92% chance this fails, they block the strait and it causes a total disaster and a world crisis, that's like Trump putting 9 bullets in a 10-cylinder revolver.
9
playing
bullets.
Russian roulette, where you've got a 9 out of 10 chance to blow your head off when you pull the trigger.
Okay. Not good.
But you see, Israel and the globalist aims, because Israel's a globalist Rothschild creation, that's different than ours. Trump wants America to be successful. He wants the investment. He wants to go back to free market. He killed the carbon taxes, the Paris Accord that'll save billions of dollars of lives. Cutting half the carbons estimated to kill 2 billion people in 10 years. There's huge studies on it. That's why I was just, despite some of the bad Trump, I was still backing him, because that alone, and they're really killing that. It's really in big trouble. It's really falling apart. But if they remove this plan,
Global warming.
they'll just bring it back. Which is
You think that's real?
You and your family. They want that. So Larry Fink wants austerity. He doesn't want you to have a car, have cheap energy. Trump does. And now Fink's like, oh, it's so sad. It's so terrible. We just aren't, energy's going to be super expensive now, regardless of what happens. So we have to remove the regime completely. We have to take the Strait of Hormuz, and we have to remove it. It has to fall. The Pentagon told Trump, and I have articles right here, I'll show you, they'll take 1 million troops to take out Iran and remove it. They're all dug in all over the country. They're ready to go. They are designed to do this. They think it's the end of the world. The third Mahdi, the 12th, Imam, all of this cuckoo town stuff, okay? You have the Christian Zionists thinking, well, they're making Jesus come back. You have a bunch of the Orthodox Jews that support Netanyahu who say they're making their Messiah come back with this. This is the craziness that's going on. And BlackRock and the Rothschilds are above that, engineering this trap, knowing this would happen, knowing it would destroy the recovery, knowing it'll keep America.
The U.S. would need 1 million troops to control Iran, not the few thousand currently on the way.
When we were already bankrupt, but with innovation,
Insane.
tax cuts that caused more money to come in, Reagan proved that, and others did. Because you cut taxes on the middle class and poor people, they spend more, they buy more, they work more, you get more receipts in. So with cuts and in government, but also cuts in taxes, more revenue, and major investment, we were going to get out of this. And the globalists were pissed. They already tried to crash the stock market in the last year and 15 months. It failed. Trump was winning. And then suddenly, about 6-8 months ago, things changed. Musk has run off. Doge slows down. The corruption stops, being exposed. There's no major indictments of big players. Investigations into all the different tyranny and things that were done to Trump all ends. The auto pen's killed. Investigations into weaponization are killed against myself and others. Almost nothing good's done because it's compromised. And then it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. So this is not a theory. We have been set up to kill the American recovery. We have been set up to plunge the world economy so the globalist bankers can go in and take full control. This is what they want. The corrupt banker doesn't want your farm to be successful with your loan. They want you to default so they get the farm. Your farm's worth $5 million. They give you $1 million loan. You don't pay it off. They get a $4 million profit. Think of that on a wide scale. And Ben Shapiro is now quoting Larry Fink, the guy that said, we'll have a global social credit score, make you poor to control you. None of them be happening. The head of the World Economic Forum. No. As I said years ago, the real boss I predicted he would be the one to replace Schwab.
Klaus Schwab, World Economic
this is bad.
Forum.
And Shapiro says, well, everybody, I don't like Fink, but he's right about this. We've got the strait closed. We've got this crisis now. We've got to have regime change. You engineered it. You did it. You knew in your own Israeli assessment. He's an Israeli operative. You knew this. This was the plan. And Trump walked into the trap.
One of his biggest supporters, Alex Jones, is like questioning that motherfucker. Life on easy mode, Myron Gaines. Women being awful. Men need money. When men need money, they work their job that takes on hours and hours of their consciousness and energy. When women need money, they go on OnlyFans. Even though, I don't think they'd be making much money, most women. They don't. To awaken is the only goal of human life. All else is preparation. All participation or distraction. Gurdjieff.
If we take a look into his inner world, into his thoughts, into the causes of his actions, we shall see that he is in almost the same state as when he is asleep. And it is even worse because in his sleep, he is passive. That is, he cannot do anything. In the waking state, however, he can do something all the time, and the results of all his actions will be reflected upon him or upon those around him. And yet he does not remember himself. He is a machine. Everything with him happens. He cannot stop the flow of his thoughts. He cannot control his imagination, his emotions, his attention. He lives in a subjective world of I love, I do not love, I like, I do not like, I want, I do not want. That is, of what he thinks he likes, of what he...
Yeah, this is this pattern, this loop, right? He says, what you think you want, but do you really want that? Do you really like that? What is the motivation behind that?
Thinks he does not like, of what he thinks he wants, of what he thinks he does not want. He does not see the real world. The real world is hidden from him by the wall of imagination. He lives in sleep. He is asleep. What is called clear consciousness is sleep, and a far more dangerous sleep than sleep at night in bed. Let us take some event in the life of humanity. For instance, war. There is a war going on at the present moment. What does it signify?
There's a war going
It signifies
on
that
right now.
several millions of sleeping people are trying to destroy several millions of other sleeping people. They would not do this, of course, if they were to wake up. Everything that takes place is owing to this sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Both states of consciousness, sleep and the waking state, are equally subjective. Only by beginning to remember himself does a man really awaken, and then all surrounding life acquires for him a different aspect and a different meaning. He sees that it is...
Remember. Slow this shit down a little bit, bro.
is the life of sleeping people, a life in sleep. All that men say, all that they do, they say and do in sleep. All this can have no value whatever. Only awakening and what leads to awakening has a value in reality. How many times have I been asked here whether wars can be stopped? Certainly they can. For this it is only necessary that people should awaken. It seems a small thing. It is, however, the most difficult thing there can be, because this sleep is induced and maintained by the whole of surrounding life, by all surrounding conditions. How can one awaken? How can one escape this sleep? These questions are the most important, the most vital that can ever confront a man. But before this, it is necessary to be convinced of the very fact of sleep. But it is possible to be convinced of this only by trying to awaken. When a man understands that he does not remember himself, and that to remember himself means to awaken to some extent, and when at the same time he sees by experience how difficult it is to remember himself, he will understand that he cannot awaken simply by having the desire to do so. It can be said still more precisely that a man cannot awaken by himself. But if, let us say, 20 people make an argument that whoever of them awakens first shall wake the rest, they already have some chance. Even this, however, is insufficient, because all the 20 can go to sleep at the same time and dream that they are waking up. Therefore, more still is necessary. They must be looked after by a man who is not asleep, or who does not fall asleep as easily as they do, or who goes to sleep consciously when this is possible, and it will do no harm either to himself or to others. They must find such a man and hire him to wake them, and not allow them to fall asleep again. Without this, it is impossible to awaken. This is what must be understood. It is possible to think for 1,000 years. It is possible to write whole libraries of books, to create theories by the million, and all this in sleep, without any possibility of awakening. On the contrary, these books and these theories, written and created in sleep, will merely send other people to sleep, and so on. There is nothing new in the idea of sleep. People have been told almost since the creation of the world that they are asleep and that they must awaken. How many times is this said in the Gospels, for instance? Awake, watch, sleep not.
Huh?
Christ's disciples even slept when he was praying in the Garden of Gethsemane for the last time. It is all there. But do men understand it? Men take it simply as a form of speech, as an expression, as a metaphor. They completely fail to understand that it must be taken literally. And again, it is easy to understand why. In order to understand this literally, it is necessary to awaken a little, or at least to try to awaken. I tell you seriously that I have been asked several times why nothing is said about sleep in the Gospels, although it is there spoken of almost on every page. This simply shows that people read the Gospels in sleep. So long as a man sleeps profoundly and is wholly immersed in dreams, he cannot
being very comfortable about your mediocrity.
Even think about the fact that he is asleep. If he were to think that he was asleep, he would wake up. So everything goes on, and men have not the slightest idea what they are losing because of this sleep. As I have already said, as he is organized, that is, being such a nature has created him, man can be a self-conscious being. Such he is created, and such he is born. But he is born among sleeping people, and of course he falls asleep among them just at the very time when he should have begun to be conscious of himself. Everything has a hand in this. The involuntary imitation of older people on the part of the child, voluntary and involuntary suggestion, and what is called education. Every attempt to awaken on the child's part is instantly stopped. This is inevitable, and a great many efforts and a great deal of help are necessary in order to awaken later when thousands of sleep-compelling habits have been accumulated. And this very seldom happens. In most cases, a man, when still a child, already loses the possibility of awakening. He lives in sleep all his life, and he dies in sleep. Furthermore, many people die long before their physical death. But of such cases we will speak later on.
Wow. Sleep. Sleep is the cousin of death. A crooked tree lives its own life, but a straight tree is turned into wood. Be different, huh? Be different. Strive to be yourself. Give and take. Elon Musk posted this. Most truly, they are programmed to think and react to certain stimuli in certain pattern. You cannot change their mind, even if you present them with authentic information. You cannot change the basic perception and logic of behavior. The process of demoralization is complete and irreversible. 1984, Yuri Bezmenov, former KGB spy. Yep, that was a big conspiracy video right there. Elon Musk, you doing that for us, right? Interesting. Elon, huh? As the owner of Twitter, X, you can you're basically on everyone's feed. Check. Don't get stuck in semen retention. Transmute. What's this?
Go viral and did receive powerful things men can do with accumulated sexual energy instead of wasting their seed. I had a post on semen retention go viral and did receive some backlash from men saying that semen retention can actually make you sick. And they're not wrong. Because my friend, semen retention is just one part of the equation. You need to actually transmute the energy. Otherwise, yes, you will get sick. When you retain your seed, you're meant to move the influx of sexual impulse. Since this is such a highly creative energy meant to give you divine inspiration, ideas, clarity, taking action on it is the best way to actually transmute this energy. So let me teach you how. Number one is to write. In moments of heat, if you know what I mean, is when you actually have greater access to this energy and can become a channel to divine clarity. Begin writing whatever comes forth, no judgment, so you can actually catch whatever guidance is coming forth. Number two is to structure out plans. This energy is so great for reverse engineering your goals so you can actually structure out the action steps to get there. Number three, of course, is to actually take action. Sexual impulse is a masculine power that can fuel your will. Take these moments of heat to actually energize the actions that you want to take, whether it's towards business, your job, your projects. Number four, very important, workout. So important for men to actually strengthen their bodies. They are rulers of the external world. So you can actually tame your energy and build discipline. And sexual impulse actually helps you do that. Movement of any kind allows you to control your lust and actually transmute it towards things that are going to benefit you. And number five, my favorite one, is to visualize the things that you want to manifest. Use that energy to visualize and feel your desires already being true, and then get up and use that as fuel to actually take action. This is one of the things that I help men do as a form of self-mastery to have greater control over their reality. All within my quantum alignment formula. So if you are ready to create that soul alignment,
don't get stuck in your semen retention journey. How to turn sexual energy into focus and discipline. Okay. MK Ultra. Programming is a form of hard mind control used by three-letter agencies and shadow agencies. Formerly known as MK Ultra, was developed by the CIA, which was carried out on civilians.
Programmer or handler to mold these dissociated minds into new controllable personalities. From there, triggers are put in place so that these mind-controlled slaves can be called upon to perform whatever actions they have been programmed to do. There are various stages or types of programming to service different needs, such as increased memory ability, physical strength, or fearlessness. This was used to create the programmable assassins, as was popularized by the Manchurian Candidate.
very progressive. Listen, Mandelbrot set is in motion. Echo Choir has been briefed.
Is that a lyric from something? Agent Howell has been activated. He killed 2 operatives with a spoon, sir.
A spoon? What? We're terminating Asset Howell.
Why are there men in hazmat suits?
Thanks to your actions, 2 CIA assets are dead.
Project Monarch is so named for a variety of reasons, mostly related to the specific traits of the monarch butterfly. The traumatization, typically electroshock therapy, causes a feeling of lightheadedness or fluttering like a butterfly. The area around the corpus callosum in the brain, which is where the 2 hemispheres communicate, looks strikingly similar to a butterfly in section view. There is the supposed genetic memory or instinct passed down through bloodlines that bring the monarchs back to the same habitat year after year. Additionally, there is also the reference to the royal bloodline and the idea of complete and total rule by a monarchy. And could there be a significance to the butt in butterfly, since sodomy is a key component to mind control? What's most compelling about mind control, however, are these triggers and patterns that can allegedly be found in much of popular media. These do not just appear to be icons and images placed around just to say, aha, we're right here and you don't even know it. No. These triggers are put in place allegedly to control the minds of the pre-programmed slaves and initiate a
Butterflies, bro. Day of manifestation.
Said the dates that they are giving us are incorrect. We used to have 13 months, 28 days, and 1 day of rest, even in the Bible. So look, we have 13 lunar cycles of 28 days, 13 zodiac signs, every turtle shell you'll find, 13 sections in the middle, and 28 notches along the side, all to keep us disconnected from these natural cycles of our realm. Listen to David Strait.
What is this? Oh, the hidden master.
Our calendar is not quite.
And mastermind, the hidden master behind the machine. What if the logos you wear? What if the logos you could wear carry a name that history tried to bury? The logos. We think we're buying luxury. We're actually participating in an ancient signature. The word Bao isn't just a name. It literally means owner. Or master. Thousands of years ago, people didn't just worship him. They traded their most precious possessions, including their children, for a taste of worldly power and reign. Not metaphorically, not symbolically, literally feeding something unseen in exchange for something temporary. Ever notice why does the modern machine from high-end fashion houses like Balenciaga to the obsession with the goat constantly revert to the imagery of the horned goat? That's not random. That's not memory. That's not echo. In the Asian world, the bull and the goat were the symbol of Bao. They represented raw, earthly desire, control, dominance, and a stubborn rebellion against the divine. The same energy is being glamorized today, just dressed in better lighting and higher price tags. When a brand uses these symbols, they aren't just being edgy, they are signaling an ancient agency to a system that demands your attention, your identity, your soul as the price of admission. And for most people, don't even realize they're already paid. The prophet stood against an entire nation lost in his time. He asked questions that echo through every screen today. Will you call upon Baal and forsake the best of the creators? The question never died. It just upgraded platforms. The system wants you to believe you are a consumer. But in the eyes of these ancient forces, You are just a possession, branded, tracked, programmed. To survive the modern unseen influence, you need to recognize the difference between a physical object and a spiritual frequency. Because everything carries a signal. Clothes, music, symbols, words, even attention itself. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You start asking different questions. Who am I really feeding? What am I aligning with? What owns me without me knowing? This isn't about fear. It's about awareness, because the moment you become aware, you stop being owned. You start remembering who you are before everything tried to brand your soul. Liz Marion. Yeah, man. Speaking of food, I'm starting to get this is the fourth day, 4.5 days technically of not eating solid foods for me by choice. So I've been on this fast. Everything's revved up. This is why I just need to just zoom past these posts that I haven't read in a while, right? Lust is the final boss, bro. Once you defeat it, life unlocks. Okay, fair enough. What's this? Instead of watching Netflix for 2 hours, watch this guy explain why some people become successful while others are average.
Today we look at the question of success. Okay? The question is, who succeeds and why? Okay, so we've done a lot of research, and we've discovered that people who succeed for certain reasons. So there is a Columbia psychologist named Walter Mischel, and he devised a very famous experiment called the marshmallow test. In the marshmallow test, it's very, very easy, okay? So imagine a room, and I invite a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old to come into this room and have a conversation with him or her. I ask them, how's your mother? What do you like to do? And it's a very good conversation. Then suddenly I get up and say, I'm really sorry, but I need to go across the hallway for another meeting, but I'll be back, okay? So just wait for me. And here, I'll make you a deal. Here's a marshmallow. I'm going to put a marshmallow in front of you, and you can have it right now. If I come back and the marshmallow is still there, I will give you 2 marshmallows. Okay? And then Walter Mischel, he goes away, and he goes behind the room, and through a see-through mirror, he's able to see the students as they struggle to contain themselves, because obviously they want 2 marshmallows. And there are some students who can, in fact, resist the temptation to eat the first marshmallow and then get a second marshmallow. But then there are others who cannot. And Walter Mischel will spend 50 years just tracking them, okay? What he discovers is this: the students who resist the temptation, who get the second marshmallow, they are much more likely to do better in school. They have higher test scores.
Okay.
They have better careers. Their careers are more stable. They get promoted in their careers. They're much more able to find a stable relationship. They avoid jail. They avoid drugs. They avoid alcohol. They're more lean. They're more fit. They live longer. Better teeth. And those who cannot resist and eat the first marshmallow right away, they have the opposite effect, okay? And so the idea is that for Walter Mischel, success means delayed gratification. And all this means is that people who succeed are capable of long-term planning. To succeed today, I will make sacrifices necessary, okay? So if my friends are playing outside and I need to do my homework, well, I'm going to stay home and do my homework. Okay, so long-term planning, what he calls delayed gratification. Or a much more simple way of saying this is the idea of self-control, right? Or the idea of emotional regulation. You're able to keep your emotions in check. If you're angry, you're able to calm yourself down. Okay, and so we've tried.
Let's go on this show. So something to talk about. Gospel of Bob. This is a live stream right now. You. Check 1, check 2.
Sure that you handle that person gently. None of this rough fucking and all the stuff you guys be talking about on social media. Hold on for a second.
Unless she asks for it.
Right.
But do they really ask for
Hey, how's it going?
Yes.
Chilling, salute.
Right.
So hold on. Right? You have that. Love is kind. Boom. You already know where it goes. It does not envy. You want to know why? Love is selfless. You got to learn to love someone else more than you. So there cannot be any room for envy when you love somebody. It does not boast. What are you bragging for? Love will resonate. Shut your mouth. Show it. Stop telling it. And it is not proud. It goes back to the statement I just mentioned. And I rest it there. Salute, Sasquatch.
It is not proud. Explain that.
It is not proud. It is not. Again, you're not supposed to be proud. Boastful and proud are both synonymous words. That's why I said it goes back to my statement.
Dave, you don't understand proud?
No, like this is the first time.
Here's an example. Here's an example I know you and Petty could understand. Let me give you an example that you and Petty could understand. I was all in her stomach.
Right.
No, you wasn't.
All up in her gut.
Wait, no, not me and Petty. Like, what? You're projecting yourself onto us.
Not at all.
I don't even know what you're talking about. But this is the first time. This is the first time I actually.
I'm gonna mute up.
Sentence. That's why I'm asking.
If I wasn't in that stomach, I pushed all of that region up in that stomach.
I'm sick at home.
Like
you
the
know,
last
I can't right now.
Like
I
the last
can't.
airbender.
We're not doing that.
I can't right
Petty,
now.
you gotta knock it off with your crazy antics, sir.
I can't.
Dave took another puff of his cigarette right after he said it.
I know.
I'm the last wound bender. Last air.
A lot of y'all be lying respectfully, but go ahead. Carry on.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right, so let me get Sasquatch, right? I'm saying this is Sasquatch, no?
No, that's not Sasquatch.
You mean me? This is
I'm gonna bring it back.
This is
Don't
Gabriel.
worry. I'll bring it back.
Oh, my bad.
How you
I
doing?
thought you were Sasquatch. Well, thank you
No.
for coming here with good intention. We vet heavily because you know how weird it gets on YouTube.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, but salute to you. This is my first time seeing you. No, I've seen an icon before, but
I think yesterday I was in your chat, commenting and whatnot. It was a good show you had, or yesterday.
Oh,
before
wait,
yesterday.
was I cammed up or was I cammed down?
You were cammed up, and I think I made a comment about your voice. I said, "Hey, it sounds like Velvet." And in the
yes,
the sister by you, I said, "Oh man, this is easy on the eyes for sure." So yeah, I was in a
Thank
good spot.
you.
Yeah.
So Vanta, you're Vanta's friend, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Let me his man. Sir.
There we go.
I don't co-sign on some of that wild stuff he does, but that is my homie for sure. For sure.
Okay.
So, and shout out to
Gabriel,
Nidish, the legend right there.
Yeah, Gabriel, I would say that the avatar is way cuter though.
You think so? Yeah. That's funny. Yeah.
Not yours. Nasus. What are we doing, Nasus?
Oh, my bad. I was Let me pack myself out of here. I'm
That's messed up, man.
Yes. Block yourself out for a second. Yes. For that one. Damn.
I'm actually
wait, Nathan,
Okay.
don't you ever suggest that I'm talking about a man with a Fu Manchu and rollers in his hair, Avatar. I've never seen the real man. I've only seen Avatar. I'm talking about your cartoon, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I thought you was joking with him. That's why I blew it up. You were joking.
Nice. You never seen my
Yes, you
videos?
know.
I got vlog series on there and everything, bro, from years.
I'm
Up
never
in
gonna
the
joke like
city, in
that.
the town, all over the bay. I have to say though, like I'm streaming right now. I'm at NPC the game. That's my channel, and I had a question. I want to ask you guys because what is this? Talk about some episode 15.
Yeah, something to talk about. Yeah, we're talking about envy, but sure, shoot your question.
We're talking about So, what are some reasons why people lower their standard for love?
Oh, you should have been listening earlier, just a moment ago. Lust.
Okay.
Sometime for money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Gabrielle.
I think it's probably deeper than that.
Pardon me, guys. Pardon me. Hold on. Pardon me. So we could get some clean answers. Gabriel, you could pick the person. That's what I'm going to do. Whoever has a question, I'm going to give you co-hosting privileges where you pick the person, right?
Okay.
You pick the person to answer. So we could get clean answers. And I'm always last to answer since I'm the host, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So
y'all gotta ask Mike.
Okay, let me ask Nidish since he already started, and since he's from the soil. Nidish, what was that again? You said money.
I said lust because a lot of these dudes like, IG models and TikTok girls and how many followers you got. And then the other side is money.
I hear that. How about you, Mr. Norman?
I'm on mute. What's your state the question again?
What are some reasons why one would lower their standards for love?
I mean, the easy answer would be lust, but are you talking about like searching for love, or are you talking about like in the state of like, are you in a relationship?
Yeah, both. Whether it be a long-term relationship, LTR, or a short-term, fling or something. Yeah, because some of us do like love on flings too. Speaking for myself, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's an immediate lust component of that, and I think from a woman's standpoint, maybe resources. But to be honest with you, I'm just gonna be frank. I think if you talk about from a man's standpoint, I mean, what standards do we really have? I mean, it's almost damn near rock bottom. I mean, most men take what they can get. So, if you
let
really
that marinate for a minute.
Yeah, like I mean, if you really want to be honest, I mean, if you want to talk about it from a standard standpoint, I mean, I think you just accept what you think, what you may think your own standard is. It's kind of weird with men, to be honest with you, man, because we don't ask for much. So if you're really talking about why you would lower your standard, you gotta ask like, where's the standard begin?
Where the standards to begin with? Yeah.
Can we stay right there for 1 second though? Go ahead. I'll answer after you finish.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can. I mean, it's weird because I think with men it's funny, man. Like I think as you get older, right, you start to establish standards, but I think a lot of times out the gate, a lot of men are just accepting what they can get, and then and I think because men are problem solvers, we think we can solve the problem along the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it's kind of weird, like when you say standards from a man's standpoint. Now I think from a woman's standpoint, it's in the reverse, right? Because her standard might be outlandish. Like so, I think a lot of times they just land.
Yeah.
They just land where they land because they can never really get what they want. So it's weird when you say standards. In my opinion, like I think it's a deeper conversation there.
Yeah, I guess a good starting point would have been like maybe this conversation for another time. Like, what are standards? What are our standards? Whatnot?
No. Here's what it is, Gabriel. What men will do is they'll say that men that aren't men are men. We got to establish that it's men and it's males. So if you didn't have a father or big brother, or you don't come from a biblical, let's say you come from a biblical standpoint, Well, the structure's already there. She can't waver, you can't waver. And if you do, you're lying. You're the author of confusion, and that person has a name. Now, if you outside of that, just because the thing about women, they try to call them delusional or other stuff. They don't waver, though. Chili been had that same list since she was young and fine and all the way up to now. The list ain't changed. She done made some what you would call top guys go through it. But they went through it because they didn't have no standards. Why would you go through any of that?
Now she's married.
Because you don't have, yeah. That's cool. But but when did she get married? Like in her 40s, right?
Yeah, recently, actually.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Recently. She got married to a white guy.
Of course, but recently, right?
Who's that?
So, I mean, her standards never wavered.
Chili from
Chili,
TLC.
Oh, Chili. Okay. Usher's ex-son.
Yeah. So my thing is, they can stand on it because if they come at you from a biblical aspect, you got to follow, you got to be the provider and blah, 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 blah. So that all works in their favor. But the guys don't have that kind of standard. And if you don't have any kind of standard, all she got to do is be cute or she'll bang you. How does that make you? What did you work all that time for and establish all that stuff for? All she had to do is be cute and bang you.
Yeah, well, that's a standard, though. Technically, that's a bad standard, but it's a standard.
Would that be a lack of discipline on the men's part?
No.
Yeah, that's a go for any. That's a go along to get along, happy wife, happy life kind of guy. It don't matter if she don't respect you. You still gonna throw your coat over a puddle and open the door.
That's a simp guy.
It is a part of it. I think a small part, though.
I think with men,
y'all want the rain without the goddamn mud. That's what y'all want. Y'all want all that shit you just said, but you don't want the goddamn mud.
Dave, let me help you out. I got married when I was 24. Let me help you out, bro. Let me help you out, bro. I got married when I was 24, and she passed away when she was 46. So I stayed in the marriage until death did us part. So I don't know what you mean about it's gonna be some mud, but do you know how to shovel?
Exactly. There you go.
Miss Creole, Queen T, what do you have to say about the question real quick? Next up.
One more time. Can you say it one more time? What was it?
Why would one lower their standards for love?
Convenience, hopelessness, lack of confidence. Feel like they don't have any other choices. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And who typically is in that position, Gabriel? Convenience, hopelessness, lack of standards.
It sounds like a unreflective male, a human in general, but particularly a male. Yeah.
And now, like, I gotta push back for this shit because I don't know if y'all understand what's going on in the world nowadays. Like this whole notion of people ain't vetting and figuring shit out. Like, dog, you're not used to the new 3500 Terminator model that know how to goddamn it put on a mask. And you don't know shit until that mask drop. Like this whole notion that the guys is fucking stupid and stop. You gotta stop.
Well, listen.
What I mean by the word is this. We out there living that.
So you saying that they have representatives in the 90s?
All I'm saying is this. Don't complain. Don't be like, girl, I don't know why they ain't getting with you. That's all I want you. Then kill this whole community talk. About
girl, who ain't getting with who?
Why aren't the men doing that?
Oh, so you're saying it's the women.
And everybody complaining that men ain't doing this shit no more. So you got to choose which one. You talking about?
Do you believe what you're saying right now?
The mud here. Ain't nobody.
Do you believe what you're saying is the question.
What'd you say?
Do you believe the things that are coming out of your mouth right now? There are women out here selling farts and dirty panties. Do you believe the things
talk about it,
out of your mouth right now?
Say what?
There are women that are selling dirty panties and farts in jars.
Yeah.
And who's buying them?
Nasty man.
Married men, you dumb.
Yeah.
Hey. No.
Look at the Lord. Look at the Lord.
You don't think that General Dave? You don't think that single men are buying that too? There's some freaks, degenerates too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And me bringing that up, it's not like I'm blaming. Like just because I bring an example doesn't mean I'm. Hold on, brother. I'm not blaming like that certain group, right? I think, bro. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. All right.
And I'm supposed to just pretend like it ain't happened.
Bro, I'm not. I think it's a human problem in general. We're just talking about each side, the attributes, the characteristics, men and women. We need both, right? It's not necessarily. I'm not trying to blame anybody. I'm just pointing things out. We're just pointing things out, man, so we can see what we can do about it. You know? Yeah.
Okay. No, I think the trick bag is that men, right? Like it takes time to build, right? So most men along the path don't know their potential, right? So a lot of times men, when you say, that's why I say it's such a funny question. So I think men on their journey, right, they accept what comes to them, not understanding who they're going to become, right? Whereas women, like they kind of have a preconceived notion of who they are, right? And it's like a cascade. It's an opposite direction. So I think it's weird. Like I think Knight, you brought up a great point when you talk about religion, right, and even like arranged marriages, right? There's a structure around it, right? That says, okay, this is what you're supposed to accept, this is what we not accept. But I think when you say, that's the reason why I even brought it up. I think when you talk about people out here in the wild, right, it's weird because I think with men, right, we accept things not understanding who we're going to become.
Right. So that's why
I already have go ahead.
Well, that's why, in conversation, I like to think about the whole conversation. And the initial part of the conversation, we were talking about rites of passage. And that was typically men passing things down. So since there's less men involved in these young men's life, that's why they don't have no standards. They didn't have a grandfather, a father, a brother, a village telling them, brother, you don't go for that. I don't care how horny you are. It's some things that's acceptable and some things that's not acceptable. If somebody, I didn't see too many of these. These might be staged. They may be, fake. But it's too many of these. I can't eat at this place. And then when I get to this place, I'm buying as many shots as I can possibly get. I'm getting crab and lobster. You don't eat like that. Why are you doing that to that person? And then you talking crazy. The whole, I think people are mixing things up. When I was younger, it was called courting. Courting don't exist no more. People are dating. I don't date. Dating is a competition with her rotation. You gonna take her to Nobu, you gonna take her to Fogo de Chao, I'm gonna take her to that. I don't date. If you're not committed to a serious relationship, I don't even want to talk to you.
But everybody does it. All men don't think like that, Nightish. And I think
you keep calling them men though.
They're males. And sorry for cutting in. I do want to read this Cash App. My bonus mom sent me a $10 Cash App. And she wrote nothing. She's just enjoying the show. Thank you so much. And I totally agree with Nightish, everything that's being said. And we just, go ahead.
Do you think, go quick, do you think that women will lower their standards if she sees potential in a guy?
Hold on, can I answer the question, Gabriel? Because I didn't get a chance to answer.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, please do.
Well, your first question was why people lower their standards.
Let me say it again for you. Why would one lower their standards for love?
So there's many reasons why. You have societal pressures. For a woman is looked down because she doesn't have a man. They're clowned. They always use that as a vice. Some men. Oh, you single, no one wants you. So a lot of women that are told these things, they feel like, well, the standards I have set is not doing well for me. Let me knock a couple of those standards off. Then all of a sudden their vetting properties are all off. Now they with an ain't shit dude. Now they're frustrated. But guess what? At least they could say they're not single, but they're miserable.
But women love them. Women love those kind of guys.
Yeah.
What kind of guys?
The ain't shit guys. They love him. I love him. I eat them up. The dudes who don't even care about changing their bed sheets. Y'all love them.
A lot of these women don't have fathers in their lives, Mikey.
We know that. Listen. You're talking to someone who understands. Listen, whatever happens in the household, I know that's what you will become, most likely. If there's a drunk there, most likely you're gonna be a drunk or you're not gonna be. Those are the decisions.
Yeah. Right there. Not most likely then. 50,
yeah.
This son don't drink because his dad drink. That son drinks because his dad drink. It's more likely that. But what you really have going on there is trauma bonding.
Yeah.
She's dating where she come from. She don't know no better than that.
I know. And that's why and that's why it takes men to come in there and teach. It's okay. Listen, it's okay sometimes for us men to come in their life and play Build-A-Bear. It's okay. Listen, it depends. It depends on the woman. You know, I'm not
actually in 2026. Dudes is not trying to be stepfathers, not trying to be coaches, not trying to be mentors. A lot of men are just completely walking away from that because the way they're looking at third and fourth wave feminism is that if I'm not really that important, you don't need no man. Let's listen to you. They literally say that all day on these panels. If you don't need me, I accept it. I'm not finna help you move. I'm not finna change your tire. I'm not finna help you out with your kids.
But that's because more women want to be masculine. You want to be masculine? There you go.
But you know what, Mikey? A lot of women have no choice but to be masculine. I always bring up this episode because there's a lot of masculinity that's just missing. So a lot of women, it's like they have to protect themselves and have that shield of masculinity to exist.
To be honest,
that's why. Yeah, like I was just responding to Mikey, Dave.
Also triggered, child. Triggered.
I'm telling you, I knew it was gonna expose a couple of people.
I sat here. I don't want to pick out nobody, but I just sat here and
that wasn't a personal attack at you. I believe you're a man, brother. This is not directed at General Dave. Dave, you my brother. You my brother.
Why they get with somebody's standards is low is because you idolizing them, and the person with them, goddamn it, they're a perfect goddamn fit. She ain't what you think she is. Okay,
a lot of trauma, Dave. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my God. But we just sat around and blamed every single condition on
we
the
didn't
man.
blame. Are you projecting?
Yeah, listen.
Well, I didn't blame.
If a woman's depressed, it's probably because her daddy ain't in her life. You were saying, hey, we gotta fix that damn Build-A-Bear. Like,
Dave, the last thing you heard was that what me and Mike were agreeing on is that water seeks its own level. These people come from this
own level.
No, you said we blamed one side.
We get on the outside looking in, talking about why is she lowering her standards. I'm saying she's at her level.
You're right.
You're idolizing her.
So then you agree with us and you're yelling.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
What just happened? What just happened,
I
Nathan?
didn't say what I said.
We said exactly that.
There's something wrong with it.
Both children come from homes, and they both are. That's what trauma bonding is.
Listen, man. Listen, we understand that women, they come up we all come up messed up. We get it. We understand that. Yes. It's fair. We get it. I listen, I'm not one of those people that put women on the shelves like that. Nah, they got to take some blame too. It's everybody's fault.
For sure.
It's not just our fault. But
I didn't hear none of that. I just kept saying
but
there's men and there's males. The males are the guys that can't do a Build-A-Bear.
No, what I was saying was, all right, let's say there's a woman who you like, right? And you pursuing, right? You're gonna end up molding her to how you carry yourself. Remember what I was saying before, like the things I don't tolerate. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I was like, yo, I don't tolerate eye rolling, sucking teeth. The things I don't do to you, I don't want done to me. I'm a man of respect and communication. If you don't have that, guess what? You are not for me. And that's how I leave it. And I leave it just like that. And once I talk to a woman and I get to understand, I'm like, oh, all right, this woman has no communication skills. She doesn't respect. Guess what I do?
You gotta leave.
I leave her alone. I move on.
Yeah.
I don't need to yell at her. I don't need to be with her. I move on, brother.
So, Mikey, you answered the question.
I don't do anything.
You definitely don't lower your standards for love. Then sounds like.
Why would I do that?
That's what Dave fought against earlier. Dave and Petty Davis, what Petty Penderson or whatever his name was, I think it was Petty Penderson. That's what they were disagreeing. Remember, they were talking about banging women with IKEA furniture and using old soap, and they was disagreeing. They messed with the women with the
old problem is coming.
You took a whiff of your cigarette.
No. He said it. You had it right. Petty said it.
And you co-signed him.
Men with it. And I'm telling you, I'm peeping like, man, why is you saying my character's like this? And I didn't saying this shit.
Man, you got it, brother.
All right, Dad, welcome back. Chocolate, welcome back again. So I'm gonna jump to Dad and Chocolate Irv. So first Gabriel was asking us a question around the board about how people's standards for love is being lowered for the sake of a relationship. And I also am talking about envy. We're still on the Bible verses. And the Bible verse that I'm under is the envy in relationships and behavior. Am I right? Hold on. Yes. I got to do the Galatians one. So, yeah, Gabriel, I hired you as the co-host because you did ask the question. You can ask. The latest.
Okay, so we have Dave. Do you lower your standards for love?
Simon, my bad. Simon, salute, welcome.
Yeah, Simon's in the building, bro.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, who else is
Simon is
Mikey
the wild
already
card.
answered. Miss Chocolate, and DJ, yeah. So DJ, I think was here first. DJ, would you lower your standards for love?
If you weren't married, Dad. If you weren't married, Dad.
If you weren't married,
no.
See, that's a man right there. See how quick he answered that? It had a long, drawn-out thing. He not yelling in his studio mansion, blowing smoke out. Shout out to the shout out.
Fact. Word. Salute.
Thank you, DJ. Miss Chocolate, would you ever lower your standards for love?
No, that's why I'm single.
Yeah.
And you want to know something, Chocolate? Men don't give enough praise for women that decide to be single. That goes back to the answer I gave earlier. The societal pressures of being in a relationship.
Praise? You want to be praised? But you want to be praised for saying single?
Hold on, I didn't ask. She was saying that is something that should be uplifted. That's it. I didn't ask you to praise me. And the only way that was happening is if you in my bedroom, and we can do that. But other than that, I don't need that to function as a woman.
Are you in the living room now?
Yeah, is it airy? Is it too airy?
No, you're good. You're good. We just see the Beyonce effect. You're good.
Okay.
Looking great. Looking great.
Stop. No. Stop it.
I think we got Simon on deck. Simon, Mr. Simon, would you ever lower your standards for love?
No.
I knew he was going to be the wild card.
Nah, I could explain this because most men haven't actually been married. There's a difference. Like love, are you talking about love like, oh, in a relationship? Or are you talking about love like we're trying to build a future? There's a complete different thing. Most men are just like in and out. You get what I'm saying? It's like, and they'll call that love, but that ain't love at all. Most people go on dates and they'll say they fall in love, but that ain't love at all. Love is communication, is about sort of having a companion, is about sort of like looking at a future. Love is about having children and building a family. That's what love is to me. So when you're talking about love, that's a very complex issue. You know, you can't just turn around and go, "Ooh, what's love?" Some people don't even know what love is. They'll think they know what love is, but they don't. You get what I'm saying? And then quickly they'll go, "Oh, I fell out of love." But how can you fall out of love if you was in love? That don't make no type of sense. If you're in love with someone, you love them forever. It doesn't really matter what the hell you do to them.
Can I ask Simon a question? One question.
Yep.
Simon, do you know this person that said if a woman looks good enough, I'll let her leave me? Do you know a man that said that?
Yes.
What's his name?
Not personally.
Simon, you said that.
So, yo, well, don't come in your old school night-ish.
No, I'm just saying.
Like, seriously,
I heard you say that.
This is crazy stuff. You get what I'm saying? Nah, no, saying some old songs and stuff. Like
no, I'm just saying you said that though.
No. Why you just tell us? What are you trying to be clever for? Just tell us what the hell you're talking about, bro. Jesus.
I was on the panel with you, and the question was
trying to be nice.
you.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm behaving myself. Stop.
You are pretty normal today, Simon. I
Yeah,
appreciate
he
that.
is. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying my damn best. You know what I'm saying? I'm chill.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. Just
Playing
keep it
around
up.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. This is
Yes.
what's up, Drake?
What if she don't want all of this ships and commitments y'all talking about?
There goes that thing I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
What's that thing you were talking about earlier, Mikey?
Yeah.
We're already looking.
I get it for you, Mike. A man judging another man's look. See, I pay attention to the conversation through line.
There we go. See what I'm talking about?
What if the man and forget the man? What if the woman don't want a ship? So are you mean to tell me that if she don't want a ship, she can't be happy? And another thing is
you can be. There are plenty of
the guys that are saying.
Can we answer one question at a time, Dave, before you bombard us with 1,000? Let's answer the first question. Let's answer the first question, brother. Let's answer the first question. There are plenty of beautiful aunties that used to come along and take their nephews and nieces to all these places because they got their money saved up, they got their careers and whatever else, and they're amazing people and they contribute to the community. They invest, they help the parks be together, they come outside and help us clean off park benches. No, I'm not a hater of people. That's not what I'm saying. So yes, you don't have to be in a relationship to be a wonderful contributor to the human condition.
Exactly. And can a man not be in a relationship the same way?
Okay, so let me say this to you, Dave. Let me answer Dave. One question at a time. So now, my wife passed away in 2018. I've been single ever since then. No sex, no nothing. I contribute to the community. I may get with somebody in situations like this. I got standards too. So yes, both people can exist in this world. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Pardon me. Let me read this super chat. NPC, the game. I forgot exactly what kind of money you sending us, sir.
It's a new Taiwan dollars. It's 30 to 1 American dollar. It's about 25 bones.
Yes. You actually sent us $50. I appreciate that. It's a red banner.
Okay.
It says, salute Nazes for holding space and hosting a great panel.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Appreciate you.
I think women, outside of exceptions, and Knight, I appreciate you, sharing that with us, man. Like, condolences, man. I know you're good on that, but I wholeheartedly feel like when it comes to women, like when you talking about fulfillment, what is bigger than family? And creating one. That's be a wholeheartedly. You could talk about all these damn jobs.
Because I can't do it on the channel that I'm on.
What are you talking about?
You got somebody in the room.
Can you mute yourself, Simon? Norman was in the middle of a build.
Yeah.
Sir.
I got him. Go ahead, Norman.
Maybe I'm throwing a little bit of in the fire, but I just wholeheartedly, I think we've gotten to a point in society where we we have gotten away from lifelong what's actually fulfilling for males and females, and why we here to begin with, right? And I think we talk a lot about jobs and all the other bullshit. Men like to build. I'm not saying that women don't want to build, but what is more to build than a family from a woman standpoint. So outside of exceptions, there's some exceptions to the rule. But, you know, when it comes down to it, I think when a woman, you know, is out here, especially as she ages, is saying like, oh, well, I'm still fulfilled. Like you drinking a box of wine at the end of the day. You try to drink your sorrows away.
The kids.
I mean, like you want to build a family. Like I think we should stand on that.
Don't be judging the wine.
Hold on. Conshonery, thank you for the correction. I'm surprised the banner's red because red is like either 50 or 100.
Yeah, I think it's pink. It's actually pink.
Yeah,
almost
pink.
red.
Said it was 30%.
Like
Gabriel said it was 30%. Yeah, Gabriel said it was 30%.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you guys. And whatever it is, even if it's $1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it adds up.
All right. So, Gabriel, thank you for co-hosting my show. I'm gonna go back to the envy portion, and you are all, of course, you are more than welcome to join in. That's why you're here. So we're gonna go back to envy and relationships and behavior. But I do like the first verse I read, so I do want to ask my father, Chocolate, Simon, and Gabriel. I will call on you guys, but I will start with the verse. This is from the book 1 of Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 4. No, I'm lying to you. Not that one.
Yeah, you read that one. I think Pop
Yeah, I
answered it.
did. Matter of fact,
Pop said he ain't going.
hold on, because I'm jumping. I scrolled too low. Give me a second. Because I know they didn't answer, I'm going backwards. I'm not going to move forward. I do want to hear their answer. So, but that's not the one I want to hear. The one I want to hear is, I'm going to say, don't tell me I destroyed my notes. No, it is that. I do want to hear what they got to say on this one. So, hold on. Salute to Dave. Thank you. I just saw the Cash App. $5. Thank you for today. Thank you. So, I want to ask Chocolate. I'm going to start with you. So, when you hear book 1 of Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 4, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. So when you hear that verse, what does that stand out to you?
Mother's Day.
Shut up.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry.
I hate you, Dave.
Out of control. Dave's been wilding tonight. Like,
For sure. Now you want to be that woman's conscience.
oh, look at him.
That was good, man. That was deep.
Go ahead,
That's
Chocolate.
nice for you. Oh, I know it's gonna sound. I'm gonna say this. I'm a whole heathen over here. Okay, so I have stepped away from the church years ago, and I will tell you this: that is a beautiful passage, but that's not what humans do.
Why is that?
It is a wonderful ideology because, again, if you have a society where you haven't taught people, and I'm saying men and women both, how to communicate with one another, how to deal with emotions, how to love themselves, because what we find in the studies is that it is important for you to care about yourself, then you could care for another person. Because, again, if you don't give a shit about you, how are you loving me? That's not love. That's just a placeholder. So for me, when I hear that, I've heard it so many times in my life, and I've always thought it's a beautiful passage, but it's unrealistic. So that's what I hear.
Okay, thank you very much, Simon. I'm jumping to you. Should I reread the verse, or you got it?
Wait a minute. Why ain't Knight screaming at her?
Because Mike's not here.
Why? Who's screaming at her?
Mikey, he's not here.
Oh, he's not here. He ain't even on camera.
Yeah, he has muted. And
What is your problem with Mike, Dave? What's happening right now? You want to be?
Is
you
it
first want to
envy?
be?
Is it
Wait,
giving
wait.
envy?
First, you want to be Chocolate's conscious.
No, I said
then you
Mike.
be Mike's voice.
I said
Mike.
I said
Oh, my bad. Mike.
I'm just sitting back wondering why you thinking about
Wait, I'll respond.
But I said,
I'll respond.
Mike, you screaming out like
Let me respond. I don't
same thing.
Let me respond. I haven't screamed at anybody, and I don't believe. But let me respond to this. First wave feminism was about women being taken out of bondage. That's what the suffragette movement was. another part at the second wave was about sexual liberation. So now that they have their autonomy and their sexual liberation and they're making their own decisions, you should like that better, because if they decide to be with you, then they decide to be with you. If they decide to be alone, they decide to be alone. What's wrong with women having choices? Why would I scream at that?
David?
I'm glad he to this side.
You can't do this, right?
What's the question?
But now that he on this side, all right, man, let's continue the campaign.
If you don't mind, I just wanted to add to this part. I think men need to take a step back and stop worrying about what we do when we're alone. Unless you want to be here and do the things that I am requiring, and I'm able to do the things that you're requiring, why are you worried about strangers? Women you
when she finished, Dave, now I'll start screaming, because now she's talking about a chaotic mindset. That's where we start bumping heads. I'm not going to act and bow down to a chaotic mind. So we just be there. Listen, Dave, I'm okay with first wave. And if you want to be freaky, I'm okay with second wave. I'm liberal in that sense. But when we get to third and fourth wave, and now a guy can go into a bathroom and be whatever and all this other stuff, I don't want to harm you, but I don't agree with you. I'm not going to be on your freaky parade in a banana suit saying I celebrate you. I'm not going to do nothing to harm you. But yeah, the LGBT community has taken over the feminist movement, and now they talking about transhumanism and all. Yeah, I ain't with that at all. But
I didn't get that part. Maybe I missed that because I didn't hear that.
No, Chocolate didn't say it. Chocolate didn't say it. But Simon and Dave suggested it. There's different waves of feminism. I don't think most men.
I've never even mentioned feminism, bro. Don't get me started on that. I have no problem with it. It was created because of you.
You're gonna get out this pocket, night like what?
No weapon formed against me, against my neighbor.
Wow.
I can say this, like, dog. A lot of this was created after the civil rights because they wanted to take a bigger piece of the pie that they didn't want to get a black folk. Now it's backfiring.
Wrong. Wrong.
And I don't care.
Let me
like me from every.
I don't want to have a yell off with you. I don't want to scream. I don't want to have yell. The reason. 1 second, brother. 1 second. I'll shut up. The reason why they did. 1 second, brother. 1 second. The reason why they did this is 2 reasons. To create family courts so they can take you for paying child support, and it's broaden the damn tax base. Now we can charge him and her. For you to think it's not about money is the delusion. They don't give a damn about somebody's freaky nature. How can we get more money up out of these people? And we're willing to sacrifice families so y'all can get divorced, pay child. That's what that's about, money.
Wow.
Yep.
No,
yeah, but I never said anything about money.
Wait. Here's the thing. You want to run your mouth too much. It's not about money. It's about insecurity. The thing about it is women do this because they're insecure.
We didn't say nothing about women. See, we're not finna go for stuff tonight, bro.
Can you read that passage again?
So what are we talking about? You talk about something.
We're talking about money, and you jumped away from money to start talking about women. We're not talking about women.
No,
we were actually talking about envy.
All right, Knight. If that's what you're saying.
Between both men and women.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So that's the topic tonight, Simon.
Yes.
All right.
I will go back to you with the verse.
Yeah, Alpha is a really good topic. Okay.
Are you ready? Good. So the verse I'm going to read to you, this verse is under envy in relationships and behavior. So I want to hear your opinion when you hear this verse. This comes from the book 1 of Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 4. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. What does that mean to you?
Humility.
That means that
hold on, Dad.
Wait.
Bro, go ahead.
Thank you, Daddy. Look, it means love. It means wait. Okay, sorry. I apologize. It means love's divine and infinite. And love is can you stop interrupting? God
I
damn
haven't
it.
said a word. I was muted.
Love is
I was
infinite.
muted. You
Love-
called a man daddy just moments ago. I
No,
was muted.
no. Hold on. He called me daddy because that is my new name. I'm King Daddy. So
Naces, I love you, but I ain't never gonna call you daddy. What the F is happening right now?
you call me Dad for short. The panel was pissed off at me for the past couple of days because my name was Dad. I was like, listen, guys, call me Dad for short because the men were, I'm sorry, the men here were erratic while I was going on vacation. I was like, yo, I'm like a pissed off dad that just got home from work. I just want to crack a beer and chill. I gotta regulate and make sure everyone's together. So I call myself Dad for short. But Simon,
So here's the problem, Simon. As we said earlier, you said if a woman look good enough, you'll let her lead you. Now here's a woman you'll never have that you're calling daddy that she said days ago. You remembered it.
he wasn't even around. He just felt energy, and I appreciate
I'm just trying to answer the question. Can you let me do that?
Yeah, okay. Everyone, let Simon.
What did I
very
say?
normal.
Did you hear my response?
Simon, hold on for a second. Let's get you back to normal because I feel the hectic coming out of Simon. So let's get back. I'm gonna let you.
Yeah, it's like I gotta get up and do a dance or something to get.
Hold on. No need. It's all good. The silence is here.
I apologize.
Of course, and you may respond. Go ahead. We're listening. Go ahead.
Right. So yeah, in response to your question, I feel that love is divine and love is ultimate. You got the lemon pose on. Look what.
My dad is disappointed because I call myself Dad. Hey, Dad, meet Dad. It's me.
Thank you for raising this beautiful black woman. Gotcha.
Thank you.
I'm doing
Thank
exactly the same thing. Okay, so
Shut up.
Yeah. I just don't think most people know what love is. Most people get into relationships, and they need a while to figure it out. But in this day and age, like our attention span is so short-lived that you can't even give someone a chance. Like before you know it, you're hop skipping to somewhere else because you feel like someone else can offer you something that right in front of you. And then like you're just gonna question it. You got all these people on the air, got all these people on the internet, you're on your Instagram, you're on your YouTube, you're doing all types of stuff, and you're trying to compare yourself to people that you do not damn know. The moment you have a conversation with someone and someone sparks some interest and like, yo, I'm actually serious about you. You know what I'm saying? You question it. That did not happen 20, 30 years ago. This was a thing where it took a while for people to actually hook up. And they took that seriously. It wasn't sort of like a thing now where everyone's just, what are you shaking your head for, bro? It wasn't like a thing like, oh yeah, this is just like a catch. And then we could go and speak to my brethren about it. Oh yeah, I hooked up with this chick. Oh yeah, see? And then it's that it reverses. Oh, she loves me. Oh, she's the da-da-da-da. And the girls will do the same thing. Oh yeah, I got him. I sussed him out. So this whole thing is a very new age thing. And it's this franchising, do you get what I'm saying? And it's dysfunctional. And this is what is the fracture in our community because, realistically, my fucking option is to be with a black woman. I don't want to be with a white woman. I don't want to be a Chinese woman. That's just my preference. You get what I'm saying? But to be with a black woman, I need to understand a black woman. And that don't mean I come in and say a black woman is this, that, and whatnot. Your thing is supposed to be, I need to understand a black woman. You get what I'm saying? Because most black men don't want to do that. They want to hop skip to Anton Daniels and listen to this bullshit.
What is he
about,
saying?
Oh, this man is fear this, man is fear that. Oh, black women ain't this, black. Shut up.
He's married to a
You
black
have your
woman.
turn.
What
You're
are
going
you
to
talking
have your
about?
turn again. This is what I'm talking about. Exactly this.
Let him
You
land.
can't hear it based on the fact that you're... Yo, bro, I'm just saying, most black men over 50 are single, okay? Don't go for that shit like, oh, most women over 50 that are black are single. They're single as well. You know what I'm saying? That's why 96 on live every damn day. You get what I'm saying? Because he's single. At the end of the day, you can't turn around and talk about partnership unless you're doing partnership, unless you're doing relationship, unless you're doing marriage, I mean, it's just all speculation, bro.
Are you married?
But yeah, I like my plane. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go on mute. Thank you.
I have a question for you, Simon.
Really?
I do. I have a question for Simon. Simon, are you there? Could you just cut off your camera? I don't know if you stepped away. You put yourself back on mute. Well, I guess I'm going to move on till I see him. So, Dad, I'm going to push this verse on to you. I want to hear your opinion.
No, wait. No, wait.
Oh, you're back? You're back? You're back?
Yeah, no. I thought you wanted. Yeah, I didn't know.
No, I do want to ask you a question. Now that you're back, let me ask you. With what you just said, right? There's like a whole disconnect between men and women when it comes to dating, even extended to the Gen Xers, because you mentioned people over 50 are now single more than ever. My question to you is, do you feel envy plays a part between men and women being single in the Black community? In your opinion, based on what you were saying?
Definitely.
How old are you, Simon?
Reasons.
How old are you?
People have look.
One question before you continue. How old are you?
Look, a lot of people.
Simon, before you continue, how old are you?
As old as you.
No, I know you look bad. I didn't talk about your looks. I'm saying, how old are you?
A lot of people.
Women don't like to tell. Wait 1 second, brother. Women don't like to tell their age. I'm 56. How old are you? How old are you? 40 what?
I'm as old as you, bro. I'm as old as you.
Just say it. Don't be like a girl. Say it.
Why are you getting mad for? I'm trying to answer.
I'm not mad. Why is a man scared to tell his age? Just say how old you are.
Why keep interfering? Look, envy.
I have one question, and I'm gonna mute myself again.
Really
how old are you?
And
the reason I'm asking this question is because if you're not
I told
50,
you already. You're not satisfied with the
how old
answer.
are you? How old are you?
What's wrong with him?
How old are you?
I'm as old as you.
You think that's an
You
answer?
don't believe it?
All right, Simon. So if you're, I'm sorry, how old are you again? Now you said 54, 56? 56.
56, yes.
So Simon is in his 50s.
Is he? Simon, you are so immature. You are so immature. I can't believe you're 56. The things you say and do in these YouTube streets. And the reason why you know how long I'm on here is because you're here too. So are the things you saying about people in their 50s, do they apply to yourself? I'll mute again.
Okay. Simon, all right. You don't do you have anything more to say?
Yeah, no, not really. I was just saying, like, envy shouldn't really come in between two people if they actually love each other. Envy happens when something clicks. You might notice something that's unusual. Someone may say something to you to make you believe a truth. It may be the actual opposite. If you're trying to invest in somebody, it's a whole investment, and not I wouldn't, and I don't think a lot of people will be like, leaning towards trying to invest in somebody physically, attributely, mentally, financially, to turn around and have them, lie to you or do something sly. They don't even have to do a full-blown lie. It could just be something sly, something that doesn't agree. That's where envy comes in, And another thing is when some people see you doing certain things, they don't like it. I drive quite a nice car, but I can drive my car, but I'm not materialistic. But a lot of people would have the same car I have to be materialistic. You get what I'm saying? Oh, you got this car. It's a show car. I'm like, nah, that's not why I bought it. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, oh, you want to get in my face about it? It's like straight away. It's like, what car do you have? None of my business. You know what I'm saying? Everyone works towards what they want to work towards, but some people are just built differently. That's all it is. Right now.
All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You can go ahead. You
Can I-
bald ass.
Can I say
All right,
one
Simon,
short-
thank you.
Let me say one short thing before I go, because this is what I probably should have said since the beginning. And I said it multiple times, but I'm gonna say it this last time, then I'm gonna move on. The author of confusion is the motherfucking devil. And envy ain't nothing but the motherfucking devil. So if you're in love with each other, why would you let envy ever have a place in your situation? And I'll leave there. I hope everybody has a wonderful night.
Later night. Thank you for stopping in. Your commentary was epic per usual.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, I'll see ya. All right, salute to Nightish. So I'm gonna move on with the verse. I'm gonna ask Dad, and then I'm gonna go to Gabriel. So, Dad, do you need? I'm laughing because I just saw Geraldo's text. He's like, "What is Simon talking about?" Simon is just on his diatribe. So I'm gonna go Dad, and then I'm gonna go Gabriel. Dad, do you need me to reread the verse?
Yeah,
Please
First
elaborate.
Corinthians.
Yeah.
Read First Corinthians.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud.
That sounds like humility to me.
Okay.
Why? Someone who's humble doesn't boast. They don't hate anybody. They love everybody equally. They don't put no one above the next person. And they love themselves, but not boastfully, just personally.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like humility.
You land there, Dad?
I land there.
Sweet. Awesome. Gabriel, your turn.
Yeah, when I hear that, and then it's the words envy stands out. In general, especially in this internet age, social media, where there's a lot of chances for people to be jealous and envious about things, witnessing people's successes and whatnot. And I have to bring it back to myself. I've had to watch myself with this, with my personality on default. It's kind of, it can lead to this if I'm not balanced. And one way I learned to counter it is kind of try to transform that envy into like motivation, or first of all, like acknowledge the fact that I'm envious, because a lot of us, we don't even know what we're doing that. And once I did that, it's kind of like now I can shift to why am I envious, and then changing that to like, how can I, if I want to desire these things, how can I get it myself? And I use that as motivation. Yeah. But in terms of a partner though, like, because I've been married for 13 years now, and I can't, thanks. I can't think of early on, maybe a little, to be transparent, a little jealous about, like, my wife has like traveled to a lot of different places and whatnot. And I'd be like, oh man, I wish I could have gone there, but I wouldn't necessarily say envious, but yeah, I mean, you really don't want to be envious of your partner because you're a team, right? To a certain extent. So I want the best for them, just like they probably want the best for me. But envy, and use envy for motivation. That's what I have to tell myself. Use it to, get what I desire. Yeah.
Yeah, but some people are built. I'm just saying, like, some people are just built differently. Like, some people don't experience envy. Some people do. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, what it boils down to is, who are you? What you trying to achieve? Like, where you trying to go? What you trying to do? And especially when it comes to relationships and things like that, you need to be with someone that's on your level. And this ain't about what someone brings to the damn table and all that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you could always level up with somebody. That's the whole point. You know what I mean? So envy, I would say, is an exterior thing. It's never, I've never experienced envy outside of my relationship. I've experienced envy with like people, like friends, like people that claim to be your friends, or someone, like you're going out or something. They're like, oh, you got a nice dress. It's like envy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, what you doing tonight? Like that type of shit. You know what I mean? It's not really so. It's not really like, oh, I've never really experienced it with my family. Family tried to build you up.
Hey, but bro, but that's you though. But like,
be envious.
There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that have family. Yeah.
Be clear.
See, I was thinking that in my head too.
Oh no, I have a lot of things in my head.
Real quick.
Not can I chime in? Not all family agree with you because you share the same DNA. Don't make you family in that way.
Right. Right.
So
All right.
can you give us an example? All right, sorry.
Wait, hold on.
I was just about to ask. Can you give us? All right.
What do you want to ask? I forgot. Hold on. So Simon does have a delay. I'm realizing that. So we gotta wait 2 seconds for him to receive what we said. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in the UK, so it is delayed.
I'm in Taiwan. I don't have a
just
delay.
Asking,
Taiwan. I don't have a delay.
Chinese. Okay. All right. You want to put your 2 cents in? Okay, cool. Look.
Fucking with
no,
you,
I was asking because Dave said. I ain't fucking with you. But anyway, look, Dave said something along the lines of, family could be envious as well. Shut up, Gabriel. You fell from the seas and the storms. Like Jesus didn't want you stuck. Right. Anyway, look, Dave.
It's not even your chance, bro. Other people haven't even got a chance to talk, and you're still ruminating.
Simon,
you
gotta go.
I was just saying, okay.
Hold on. Simon, hold on. Wait a minute. Give me a second, Simon. Give me a second. What's up, Tika? You about to go?
Yeah, I'm about to leave. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast. Great topic. I'll be reaching out to you soon about the ladies' night.
Yes.
You too, Chuck. I would like to have you too. Also, I'll be sending you a cash up here shortly, so look out for that.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Nice to
love you guys. Bye.
Bye. I'm about to bounce too. I appreciate you having me.
Yes,
Miss Dad
yes.
Yeah, I'll talk
Thank
to you
you
later.
for your participation. Thank you for your donation. Salute. Don't be a stranger. Like, share, subscribe. I only do shows on Saturdays, but soon
Okay.
I'm gonna extend another day in the future. So.
Okay, and you're all welcome to my channel too. It's at NPC the Game. I do lives like 4 times a week. So yeah,
nice.
Let's chop it up. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, salute.
Peace.
Man, I ain't running everybody off.
Yeah, yeah, man. That was yeah, man. It's like give people a chance to talk. Jesus, Simon. It's natural. Shadow Boost says it's natural emotion to be envious in a relationship to the degree of what matters. Yes, exactly, man. That's why they call him Shadow Buddha. Yeah, it's natural to be envious. That's why when you are envious and whatnot, and you recognize it first, you have empathy for others who are experiencing empathy and envy. You have empathy because you have empathy because to other people who are experiencing envy, right? Against you or for you, whatever, either way. Because like Shadow said, everyone's going through this. It's just a matter of to what degree is it hitting you, right? This envy can be used as a good thing in order to pick out what you're envious of. Why is it the object? Is it the person's confidence from it? Is it the status that they get? What is it? Because by doing that, you can chip away and find out your desires, what your true desires are. A lot of people don't know what their true desires are, which can push them to their purpose, right? And so you identify the desires and then plan on strategize a plan to meet those desires that'll serve you well. And then move accordingly and live your best life. So thanks for hanging in there, Buddha. I'm about to call you in a minute. We'll say it's a natural emotion. Okay, he said that, natural emotion. Shout out to everyone out there on the replay crew. Shout out Buddha, my brother. Appreciate you, fam. Gang. Who got some gangster shit, bro? This has been 4 reasons why you lower your standards for love. Give and take, strive to be yourself. Give and take. Let other people speak. Peace. Love you, man.
Yeah.
25, Jesus, what I left with. Yeah, yes. Now I'm off the graveyard shit. All the homies be hanging. Got the shops on deck. Man. And I'm on the Lexus fucker bed. It's all many new friends. I can only trust. I be one of the motherfucking jet though. I voted back in '85. I was 13. He was a year old. And yet King Park was the desolation. Back on the streets, straight blue and gray, because I represent like every day. Almost about 5 years ago, when I was a junior high, Marshall. Me and that vision, fucking jock. And that was the days of the fairs. Since up his elbow, we can be people's ass. Love about me a blast. And if you don't believe in niggas, they can the homie dad. That's your ass. Up around him yet, yo, whoop, take your cat. He didn't even run, he walked away, cuz. Linda see that day. And that's where we asked your bitch ass for the pound. Cause he wouldn't even squat back. Damn, we can't fuck with them niggas like that. They'll get us all cracked. If the police was behind us, well, that's what I call a bitch. Some of these bitches look just like you. Act like you know. Then you know, so locked and tossed in no bitch. Yeah, dog, one more thing I forgot to mention. That's edited again. Nigga. Get at you. Y'all punk ass niggas, y'all some bitches too. Who got some gangster shit? All this. And so with a holy and she doesn't. This one Ritos. Ritos. The fucking NBC.
This will be okay, because I know I'm not. As a real nigga with feminine energy, I am not okay with that.
you.